Good evening, folks, and welcome to some more point and click adventure games as we finish up The Curse of Monkey Island and then also do Lamplight City. And I hope everyone's having a wonderful night. So far, I remember what I did wrong. Last time, I was supposed to actually get the nails from the coffin that I was buried in originally. I did look through the guide because I am apparently very bad at figuring out this game. So that being said, see, look at all those wonderful nails there.
Welcome back to Mutual of Stan.
See, coffin nails, I can just take those. Give me all the coffin nails. Oh, there'll definitely be Monkey and welcome. That's right, take them all. At last. So then I should have enough nails to nail down the bed. Hey, welcome, Roland. I hope that you're having a wonderful night. Thanks for stopping by. As we get to continue with goofy kind of Monkey Island shenanigans. Oh, you have a wonderful night, Victor. Thanks for stopping by. And hey, welcome, Scoodle. Alright, so now we have a lot of nails. There we go. Nail this sucker down. Let's get our book.
I'm not sure if that's strong enough to hold it. I might need one more nail.
Oh, I have one more nail, Guybrush. Do it.
There. The bed has been nailed down. That ought to do it.
That was a load-bearing nail. Alright, give me the book, because this is undoubtedly the Good Soup history book. Hey, welcome, Kiyosuke.
Looks comfortable.
Looks very comfortable.
Wow. I'll bet his room charges are pretty hefty by now.
I know.
The Murphy bed is slammed up so many times it's made a hole in the wall.
Who keeps, you know, repairing that hole in the wall? Okay, so that should be... Okay, so I think I can now examine the...
Good Soups. A Life in
Aha,
Pictures by
it is the Good Soup history. Ooh, talk to the book. Come on, Guybrush, you know you want to talk to the book.
It's full of all the dates and fun facts you'd ever want to know about the Good Soup family. And it says I'll receive a new book every month, or cancel with no obligation, and keep my copy of Buccaneers and Bouillabaisse as a free gift.
Hey, I never got my free gift. This is unfortunate. Hey, welcome, Satiated Panda. Curse of Monkey Island is the third Monkey Island game. It's a point-and-click adventure game from 1997 that has a lot of goofy kind of stuff with it.
My piratey instincts tell me I should keep this to myself.
Your piratey instincts also tell me that you have read it in such a way to be able to talk about Good Soup history all day.
I could just talk about Good Soup history all day.
How about that first fateful journey made to the Caribbean?
Oh, you mean the one that...
Come on, you have the book.
Baron Salmon Bisque de Good Soup began in 1621?
Exactly.
I like how he doesn't even care that I have a book.
With just a spoon and a dream. In just 4 short years...
Hey, welcome, Ari. I'm doing quite good. And welcome, Fro.
In the Western Hemisphere. By 1635, he had driven the entire Van Salad family out of the Caribbean and had a restaurant empire that spanned the globe.
Actually, the Van Salads were not driven out until 1637, and the Good Soup chain of restaurants and resorts never did become popular in the South Pacific.
Yes, we are. All right, whatever.
Here's for that revisionist history.
Well, son, it looks like you were right. Welcome back to the glorious name of Good Soup.
I'm, honored.
And as a Good Soup, you're welcome to every benefit the name provides. Instant prestige around Blood Island. A 10% discount at any of the Good Soup
Nice,
resorts in the
10%.
Caribbean. And, of course, medical, dental, and a 401k. And the best thing of all, if you should happen to drop dead, you will be buried in the extravagant Good Soup family crypt.
It's as if all my dreams have come true.
Well, now it's time to die again.
I'd like a drink, please.
Sure.
Okay, at best, Soup. Well, in this case, we are Good Soup. Alright, time to die again. This time we can cash in our death certificate. Our medical life insurance.
Oh dear. He's had a sudden and completely unexpected relapse of death. And just as we were getting reacquainted, as his kinsman, it is my duty to give him a proper burial. It is my solemn vow. Young, hearty beef and potato shall be buried in the Good Soup family crypt.
All right.
Good thing I had that chisel. After all that effort, I don't think I want to just...
It's locked. There's no way out.
Ah, I guess we just didn't really factor in our escape plan. That's okay, there's a grumbling hole here.
Hey, there's a hole in the ceiling of this crypt. I think I might be able to squeeze through.
For very convoluted reasons. Oh, this is like...
it's a tunnel that opens on a deep, dark forest.
This is like the first game.
It looks familiar somehow. As if I've seen it in a dream. Or maybe it's... I don't know. Great jumping monkeys! A terrifying horde of stunningly rendered rabid jaguars. They're coming right at me! Whew. Good thing I couldn't get through that hole. I'd be done for.
Just a shame we never get to see how stunningly rendered those jaguars are.
Well, the hole is too small for me to squeeze through. There's nothing interesting up here anyway.
Yeah,
Let's find another way out.
that's just the first game. Oh, hey, welcome, Antla. We're trying to get buried so we can find a diamond ring, so that we can uncurse our girlfriend, who is a solid gold statue from giving her a cursed ring. Oh, just talk to him.
Oh, hello there.
There's lots of good reasons. Go into the light.
Go into the light.
If only it were that easy.
Oh, if
I'm
it was.
afraid I can never leave this crypt until I marry. Are you attached?
Yes, 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 yes. Boy, howdy, yes. Engaged, actually. No. We're gonna go with no.
You bet.
What a shame. You sure have pretty eyes.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Who are you and what are you doing here?
I am Minnie Good Soup, last in a long line of eligible Good Soup debutantes. I was buried here exactly 1 week after my wedding day. A wedding day that never came.
What happened?
No.
I was the belle of Blood Island.
She
Not many people
does.
can claim that.
Oh, how the lads adored me. I was courted by the richest, most handsome men in the Caribbean.
It's been a long time
But
since I
all my
remember this
suitors
part.
bored me to tears. I wanted someone dangerous. I wanted a pirate.
A bad
By
boy.
the way, what do you do for a living?
Flooring inspector.
For an inspector.
Then one day, a real pirate sailed his ship into the bay. I fell for him instantly, and we became engaged.
I think it was LeChuck that
But
she
he
fell
left
for.
me standing at the altar, and I died of a broken heart.
Wow. That bites.
Oh, I know.
Were there any other suitors you found attractive?
Well, there was one.
Oh, the goodbye one is the one that is a shade too creepy.
Young
We're out of here.
Charles de Goulash. He had such a radiant smile.
I think he's the skeleton in
What
the
happened to him?
bedroom.
You know, it's funny.
I think we have to
don't
shoot
know.
him out of the room
He
to
checked
land
into
in
the
the...
hotel one night and
Yeah,
I
'cause he
never
checked
saw
in.
him again.
Let's see.
Hey, nice ring.
Uh-oh, I touched a sore
Was
spot.
it something I said?
I hate this ring. It's been passed down from mother to daughter.
I
in
think the
Good
diamond
family
is
for
actually missing.
generations. It was to be my wedding.
Marrying a ghost might
until
have
that
tax
evil
benefits, but it
pirate stole the
would
diamond
probably have
and
some very
left
bad
me.
stuff.
Left me here to die of a broken heart.
Okay, so that's why we have to go to Skull Island, so we can get the diamond.
How do I get out of this crypt?
There's no way out of this crypt for either of us. I must haunt this lonely tomb until I've married a man I truly love. And you can't leave because the door's locked.
If only.
This is just a shade too creepy for me. I'm leaving.
Let's get out of here. Ooh, a crowbar. You can solve all your problems with the crowbar.
Die!
Oh, I'm not going to do that
At
again.
last we have Murray.
I think I broke my skull. I'm all skull.
It's your own fault. Stop scaring me like that.
So I did scare you? Really?
Well, startled is more like it.
Oh.
But startled in a terrified kind of way. You really are very, very scary.
Don't talk down to me.
I really don't have any choice.
I saw you get out of that crypt. Does this mean that you're dead?
No, I was only faking.
Darn. I thought together we could walk among the living and spawn a new wave of terror throughout the Caribbean.
So what you're saying is that you only love me for my legs.
Something like that.
Hey. It's a partnership that could work.
Hey.
Come here, Murray.
You just can't stop jammering. I don't want to get caught up in a conversation with Murray right now.
Sure you do. Murray's the best
Hey,
part.
Watch the hands.
Oh, I think that we get a dialogue if we try to give him his hand back. Well, his arm back.
Reuniting Murray with his arm is a bad idea.
Besides, I don't even know how they would attach. Oh. Yeah, because we have to spook the gravedigger to open the door.
Hey, mister! Help!
What? Who's there? Who said that?
We have to show
Aaron
ghost
Poor
powers.
Mort, the gravedigger.
There's been a horrifying mistake. I've been buried alive in the Good Soup family crypt.
All right. This joke has gone far enough.
We young
You
hooligans.
should be ashamed of yourselves.
It's no joke. I'm really trapped in here.
Crazy kids with your long hair and your Baroque music.
Cars
Fool
that
me once, shame on
Baroque
you.
music.
Fool me twice. Shame on me.
This isn't a trick. I'm really trapped in this crypt.
Unfortunately-
I drank a special potion that put me into a coma. Thinking I was dead, they buried me in this crypt.
Yeah, right. They did that in the book. Never trade lunches with a corpse. If you kids ever came up with an original idea, I might believe you.
Ooh, that we just...
Just come and look at me through this crack.
Oh, sure. I turn my back to the door and you thieving little hoodlums will sneak up from behind and tie me up.
You
I
know,
read
that
all
sounds
about
like a
your
good
sinister
idea.
ways in my horror novels.
But yeah, we got Murray
Nothing
back.
doing.
Unfortunately, we don't get Murray back for very long. Okay.
Curses, you've seen through my web of deceit. I'm no ordinary man trapped in a crypt.
Well, what are you then?
Let's see. I'm selling these fine leather jackets.
I'm selling these fine leather jackets.
I'm a vegan. I hate the exploitation
Dang
of
it!
animals.
Really? But what about all those stuffed heads on your wall?
Oh, only one of those is real.
What I meant to say was,
Let's see.
my faster-than-light ship is trapped in a subspace anomaly.
You have no ship. Any true warp traveler would know that reversing the polarity of the ion flux field would result in a tachyon expansion wave.
This is a
Radiant
very
trail of
specific
neutrinos that could be
set of
followed up
sub-knowledge
the
for a
anomaly.
gravedigger to
What I
have.
meant to say was, I seek the golden rods of Cathan to bring peace to the Shire.
Do you bear the mark of Tixblick, the chosen one foretold by the scrolls of the third shadow?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask.
Dang it.
Actually, I'm a ghost trapped in this crypt.
Then let me see you appear before me.
Excuse me?
If you were a real spirit, you could materialize in a ghostly form. It's all in the books.
I'm not in the mood. Maybe... Can I use that as my
Well,
excuse?
let's see it.
Isn't the ominous sound of my disembodied voice proof enough? I guess not.
Okay, blah, fear me, I'm an evil ghost. We could do our Murray impression.
Fear me. I'm an evil ghost.
Then go ahead. Show your ghastly visage.
I can't. I'm shy.
You're no ghost.
We're just those hooligans.
I'm going to haunt you until you set me free.
Then go ahead. Show your ghastly visage.
Not right now.
You're no ghost.
Take it. Oh, let's see.
You must love horror stories to own all these collectibles.
Reading fantastic stories about the dead helps me keep my mind off my work.
In a very odd, convoluted way, I suppose that makes sense.
Why
Okay.
are you wasting your money on all this bad fiction?
I know, he is a
My
genius.
fan fiction doesn't require over $1,000 in hardware.
Oh, he's calling me out! Dang it!
Let me out of this crypt!
I'm not falling for your tricks this time. Just leave me alone and let me read my horror novels.
To be fair, it would be kind of interesting to read horror as novels while hearing disembodied voices.
I'm gonna go sulk in the darkness now.
Have a good time.
At least he's awfully nice about it. Okay, so this is where we need the skeleton arm with the paste, because we need to grab his lantern.
I've got it. Hey, what happened to the light?
We're doing ghost powers, man! Deal with it. How are you reading in the darkness? This is all messed up. And now we can finally use Murray.
Murray, do your stuff.
Unleash Murray's powers. Shadow puppets with Guybrush.
Ah!
Mortal fool! Release me from this wretched tomb! I must be set free, or I will haunt you forever! I will hide your keys beneath the cushions of your upholstered furniture! And never more will you be able to find socks that match!
Truly
All
horrifying.
right, hang on. I'm coming.
Murray just, his cruelty
Great
knows no
work,
bounds.
Murray.
I was terrifying, wasn't I? My demonic powers have made me omnipotent!
Hey, welcome
Uh-oh.
time.
Looks like the lantern ran out of oil.
There. It's open. Now shuffle off and give me peace.
Nice. I forget if I actually need...
It's useless now that it's out of oil.
Oh, come on. We could definitely find more oil. I know. It's horrifying. You'd never be able to find any socks that
Good
match.
soup is food.
Okay, let's see.
It's a memorial plaque for Mini Strony Good Soup.
Now we can finally leave. I think we got what we needed. So now we know that we need to...
Well, Murray, are you ready to continue our heady adventuring? Murray?
Oh no, we've lost
go?
Murray. Murray, don't do this. I think I need to get the death certificate first.
Welcome back to Mutual of Stan.
To prove that I died.
I'm cashing in this insurance policy.
But this is a life insurance policy. You collect when the policyholder dies.
I'm dead. I really am.
Do you have any proof that you're dead?
As a matter of fact, smart guy. No.
Then it appears that you're just wasting my time.
Ting Fingled. He's got me on a technicality.
Hi, guys. I've risen from the deepest recesses of the underworld. Your curiosity is overwhelming.
Ah, there's my death certificate. Now that I have this, I can get my life insurance policy cashed. This is exactly how things work. Now I can use the technicality to my benefit.
Welcome
Yes.
back to Mutual of Stan.
Now we can pull a fast one on Stan. This is gonna be great. We'll have so much money. Oh, we'll see Murray again. At least once more.
I'm cashing in this insurance policy.
But this is a life insurance policy. You collect when the policyholder dies.
I'm dead. I really am.
Do you have any proof that you're dead?
As a matter of fact, smart guy, I've got your proof right here.
Haha!
The death certificate.
Well, this must be some kind of mistake.
It's right there in high-res black and white. I died. Give me a lot of money.
It looks like I'm left with no choice but to acquiesce.
No, just give me my money.
That's what I mean.
Oh, thanks.
At last. Insurance money.
This is a lot of money.
Nice.
I'm liquid. Nah.
Oh, come on, you want to talk to the money. You know you want to, Guybrush. Okay, so now we need to do two different things. I think we need to go up there and open the hole so that we shoot the corpse into the crypt. which has the two undead lovers reunite, potentially having them move on to the afterlife. Well, at the same time... Wait, isn't it on that I need to do? Oh, it is. Oh, that look. He does not want to know what went on up there.
I can see the good soup crypt from here.
Ah. Good sir, I can see your house from here. Be free. Oh, shoot. Oh, that's a way to make an entrance. Hey, welcome, Iceberg and Unbalanced.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you come in. I was just with... Charles? Charles de Goulash, is it really you?
Minnie, it's been so long.
Oh, Charles, it has. It has. You look so different.
Have you lost weight?
Why, you look exactly the same.
Oh, Charles, how you flatter me. Oh, but you must go now.
But why? Now that I've found you again after all these years.
Aw.
What would our families say if they knew we were alone together on such a romantic night?
Minnie, this may sound rash, but I
Let's alone.
love you, Minnie Good Soup.
I'm doing well. I hope you are too, Unbalanced.
Oh, I can't help it. I've always loved you. Do you hear? I've always loved you, Minnie, and I always will. Come away with me now.
Elope? Oh, but Charles, it just isn't done. Think of the scandal it would cause.
To heck with the scandal, Minnie.
Oh,
Marry me.
You know exactly what to say.
Charles, yes. 1,000 times yes.
Then kiss me, my love.
Nice. Now I have one nice uncursed diamond ring. Now I just need a diamond. Hey, you better love good soup. You don't want bad soup.
It looks like it's just about Elaine's size, but it needs a diamond to be complete.
Oh. Now we have to go earn ourselves a diamond by sailing to Skull Island. Oh, yeah. Now we get to see more stuff with LeChuck.
Have you found her, you cadaverous canine?
Yeah, nope. Nope. She's not on Plunder Island, Captain LeChuck. Oh.
Then scour the seas, you ossified rats! Hunt them down, then bring them to me. Find me Guybrush Threepwood. It's with him that you'll find Elaine. Burn down every island in the Caribbean if you have to. But bring me my bride! And more slaw! Curse those villains! They never give you enough slaw with these value meals.
Get yourself a bride and an extra large helping of coleslaw. Apparently at Big Whoop. Okay, so we actually need to go to the beach. We need to make a compass. I did look up and saw what I was doing wrong. I have to bite the darn cork to pull it out. And I didn't realize that. I get to feel really dumb now. Let's see. Oh. And so I need to get some seawater. I need to magnetize the pin, put it through the cork, and then give the compass to the Flying Welshman. So that we can get a Star Wars reference and go to Skull Island. Unfortunately,
It's full of seawater.
the compass is not that OP in this game. Okay, where is the pin? Aha! Okay,
Cool, a magnetic pin. The mind boggles at the possibilities.
I could stab people.
Okay. Hey, neat. It points north. Science is fun when you know the secret.
Nice. I finally have a compass.
Here, take this compass.
At last.
This is a compass. Will it work?
Of course. See how it points north?
Wow, that's incredible. How'd you do that?
It was nothing.
It's called science. Take me to Skull Island.
I'd like a ride out to Skull Island, please.
All right, let's go.
Oh, he skipped all the Star Wars references. That's a shame.
Even the bravest of men must dread the horror of this place. Steel your courage, boy, now, before you gaze upon the terrible, horrible face of Skull Island.
At least it's got the lightning strikes really
That's a
well.
duck.
What are you talking about? Don't you see the skull?
This island doesn't look like a skull at all. It looks like a great, big, enormous duck.
Oh, hey,
It should be
welcome
called
out.
Duck Island.
Well, you see, you gotta squint and sort of turn your head and...
Ooh.
Ooh, it's just so scary.
I know. I wonder why I
If
missed
you
it.
squint and turn your head, it looks like a bunny.
Well, anyway, see that light up there on the cliff face? That's Smuggler's Cave. It's run by King Andre, the greatest smuggler in the world. And his nefarious assistant, Cruff.
But how do I get up there?
You'll have to go to the top of the cliff.
Won't you be coming with me?
No, you must go alone. There will be
Alone.
someone there who will help you. But I warn you, beware of King Andre. He is as ruthless as he is bald. Good luck.
Thanks.
Yeah, because I remember that what Guybrush is supposed to say is like, I'm not afraid, and then the Flying Welshman does like a Yoda voice, it go like, you will be. That's really a shame.
Hello. Can you tell me how to find the evil smugglers of Skull Island?
Beats me. Oh, wait a second. I think I remember something about
He
that
must be
at the
new.
orientation seminar. Let me think. The cave is halfway down this sheer cliff face. Climb on board this dumbwaiter. I'll lower you down.
It looks pretty rickety. Are you sure it's safe?
No.
At least he's honest.
I'm sure he can't be that dangerous. I'm a temp here. The
Oh, he's a temp.
usual
No wonder why.
Braunbeard. He's sick, so I'm filling in.
I guess that'll be okay. What's your name?
It's LaFoot.
Would you lower me down to the smuggler's cave?
Sure, I can do that. You must weigh no more than, say, 20 pounds, right?
Oh, jeez.
Actually, more like 120.
Oh. Well, it can't hurt to try, right?
No, you're sure about this?
Oh, yeah. You don't look that heavy at all. Is that not tied securely? Here we go.
This does not sound very good.
Okay, give me a little bit more slack.
Whoops.
He did that
Okay,
intentionally.
That's too much slack. Ah!
Okay. So we have to use the umbrella. If we don't do it, we'll just fall and hit the rocks and then go back down. Oh, this is also pretty fun. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Good afternoon. I'm the new Skull Island Diamond Inspector. I'm going to have to see every diamond you've got. Every last one. Come on, people. Chop, chop. I don't have all day.
I do not like this man. Kill him.
Darn. Let me try that again. Stand aside or I'll strike you down. I'll strike you down with how polite and reasonable I can be.
We seem to have an unwanted visitor, Cruff. Deal with him.
Darn. Let me try that again. Hi there, neighbor.
Oh, it's
Found
fun
a
to pick all the
diamond.
wrong
Wouldn't you
ones.
know, but I'm fresh out.
In the Sierra
Run
one,
away.
Darn. Let me try that again.
in the Sierra game, these would be so much, we would be so dead.
So, where's this huge diamond you guys are supposed to have?
Aw.
Come at him, Cruff.
Darn. Let me try that again. I have got so much money, it's almost embarrassing.
Well, hello. Let's talk, Mr.
Van Gorder Fashionson. Jethro Van Gorder Fashionson.
Very well, Mr. Threepwood.
Oh, he's seen through
Hey,
my
how did you
clever
know my-
lies.
It is my business to know who enters and leaves Skull Island.
I'd say
King
cats.
Andre,
I grew up with
and this
dogs.
is my associate Gruff. Were you looking for something in particular?
The Good Soup Family Diamond. LeChuck stole it, you bought it, I want it. Now. Please?
At least we're being
Sir?
polite.
But we have so much quality merchandise here at the Pirates Club. Our prices get lower every day.
Everything a pirate or pirate in trading could possibly want is here. For
I mean,
the right price.
We're technically a pirate, wouldn't we? Well, he definitely believes in therapeutic power of laughter. But I mean, if you're really a pirate, would you really be paying? The prices would get lower by just you taking it. Ooh.
Could you not laugh like that anymore?
The good soup diamond is the centerpiece of my collection. The fantastic energy flowing through it is the key to all my power.
So, can I have it?
Of course you can't have it. Unless you were to give me something in return.
That diamond belongs in a museum. Do you expect me to talk? Let's see. Oh, there's so many good ones. Oh, geez. Your evil plan will never work.
Your evil plan will never work, Andre.
But it is flawless. A carefully placed series of charges laid throughout Blood Island, all controlled by a network of satellites in geosynchronous orbit.
He's
And
revealing it.
one man has access to the master switch.
Boss.
I am that man.
Oh, this took a darker turn.
Boss.
Yes, Mr. Croft.
Ixnay on the evil Lamplight.
Ah, yes.
There is no evil plan. Oh, I can do more. Yes.
You expect me to talk?
No, Mr. Threepwood. I expect you to buy.
Yes.
That diamond belongs in a museum.
So do post-impressionist paintings, Mr. Threepwood. So do post-impressionist paintings.
But mostly diamonds.
What the heck is that supposed to mean?
One day, you will understand.
Oh, that sounds like fortune cookie wisdom.
You're a madman.
Am I mad? Am I?
Yeah, well, we have to foil his evil plans
Madness to sit in a cave at the top of a deserted
while getting the
island,
diamond.
accumulating vast amounts of gold and jewels and stuffed animals.
Well, the stuffed animals are
Having
the
plunder
most
from
important
across
one.
the Caribbean and passing the savings on to you? Is that madness or genius?
Good point. I take it back.
I'm not crazy. My prices are.
Now that's a good slogan. They definitely need to use that somewhere else.
Maybe we could make a deal.
As you wish. You are a formidable opponent, Mr. Threepwood, but it looks as if our game of cat and mouse must cease. It is a perfect diamond, one of the largest I've ever seen.
I'll take it.
And so it comes with a very large price.
Enough with the hard sell. How much?
It will cost you an awful lot of money. Do you have that much?
I only have
Well, I
a
have a
lot
lot
of
of
money.
Not enough.
My partner is right. We can't give it to you for anything less than an awful lot of money. But perhaps we can make a deal. My partner and I are very fond of cards.
Yeah.
Poker in particular. How about a little wager? If you can defeat us at poker, you win the diamond.
Sounds fair.
Yes, fair.
Could you stop laughing like that? It's very unnerving.
Anyone who says fair and laugh like that could certainly be trusted.
Care to join us in a game of cards?
Sounds fun. Deal me in, Baldy.
Sounds fun. Deal me in, Baldy.
You will have to pay to enter the game.
Well, how much do I need?
Not very much.
Sure, I can handle that. This is a lot of money. I better only give them part of it.
Have you ever played poker before, Mr. Threepwood?
No. Would you believe this is my very first time?
Then I'll give you a brief explanation. The game is the simplest variety of 5-card start. I deal 5 cards to each of us. We show our cards to each other, and the player with the best hand wins.
Well, how do I know what makes the best hand?
If you have any questions, just ask us. You do trust us, don't you?
Not a chance, you filthy liar. I trust that both are the lowest scum of society. You don't know meaning of the trust, you thief. Ah, we'll go with this.
Of course I trust you.
Very well. Let us begin.
Good cards. Daddy needs to lift the pirate curse.
Take a moment to look at your cards.
This is why we need the 5 death cards.
5 of a kind. Right there. Not even you guys can beat 5 of a kind.
You're correct, Mr. Threepwood. We cannot beat 5 of a kind.
This is very much in the rules of poker that if you get 5 of a kind, you instantly
You
win.
can beat a pair.
A pair?
A pair of murderous smugglers.
Huh?
Us, Mr. Threepwood. I am talking about us.
We're gonna kill you.
Oh, I get it. Whether or not you can beat a pair. That's pretty clever. Now, gentlemen. Let's not be too hasty.
There's a delivery man out here with a package.
You idiots! You blew out the lights!
I got the diamond.
Ha! The temp works in my favor!
Don't! Hit him, not me, you cretin!
Who are you calling a fool?
There he goes! Get him!
Got what I needed from the smugglers.
Good. Let us leave.
Let's
this
never come
place
back.
of evil.
I know, it's really hard to get 5 of a kind.
Rest of your adventures, Guybrush.
What? You can't mean...
I'm afraid so. This work is too dangerous for me. I'm going to find a more stable, secure line of work. I hear there's still an opening for a chef on Scab Island.
Well, you'll be sorely missed.
I know, but my destiny lies out there, somewhere. Beyond the rolling waves.
Aw,
Farewell,
poor
good
ferryman.
Welshman.
Oh, wait. Where'd you say Scab Island was again?
East by northeast. You can't miss it.
Ah, thanks a bunch.
Ah, whoops, I forgot to tell him that a magnetized pin will only have compass-like properties for a short time.
I'm sure that will never come back to haunt us.
It's a massive diamond engagement ring.
Fortunately, we still have a lot of money.
This is a lot of money.
Ha!
It's a massive diamond engagement ring. I'm gonna guard this ring with my life. Nah.
Alright, now we can go fix Elaine. No, I didn't cheat. I did exactly what any really good poker player does. See, that works really well if you want to be a necromancer.
Another group of recruits for my army of the undead. Now, how goes the search for my bride-to-be? Where's Dingy Dog?
I found him! I found him! Yep. Oh, golly, oh, gosh. Yep, that's right. They're on Blood Island, sir.
Hit them.
They can move at the speed of cutscenes. Yeah, we're gonna need a definite big ring. Okay, where is the clearing? Shoot. Oh, there it is. Wonderful. We've done it. Oh, shoot. However, we die immediately.
Elaine, are you alright?
Guybrush? Where are we?
You're okay. We're on Blood Island. LeChuck's ring had a terrible curse on it, but I put everything right. You're safe and everything's gonna be fine. Just fine.
Of course, things would have to go wrong. Otherwise, that'd be the end of the game.
That be well spoken, pet. But save your breath, lass. You'll be needing it for when you scream, I do.
Where are we?
Don't you be remembering this place, Threepwood.
Oh, and now we get LeChuck given a long exposition.
To suffer tortures most foul.
Wait, I can remember. I've seen this place before. It's some terrible nightmare.
'Twas no mere nightmare, Guybrush.
Oh, there's a Star Wars reference.
You know it to be true.
Oh no, it can't be. But it is. This is the Carnival of the Damned.
Aye, the Carnival of the Damned.
You fiend, why have you brought us here?
There be 2 reasons, you pathetic privateer. I be intending to torture and kill ye. And I'll be giving Elaine...
This is a family-friendly game.
wasting your time, LeChuck. Elaine's love can't be bought.
Ah, but this be a very special treasure.
You tap their skulls and they
This be the
die.
fabled treasure of Big Whoop.
Big what?
Aye, the very pirate treasure you were searching for before I caught
I
up
think that
with
was
you.
the focus of the second game. Oh, please don't kill me.
Please don't kill me.
Why shouldn't I?
If you kill me,
Oh, great. You'll ruin our family reputation for making family-oriented games.
you'll ruin our reputation for making family-oriented games. We'll be scorned by parent watchdog groups everywhere.
What'll you threaten me with next? Some ludicrous Senate subcommittee investigating violence in the media?
I can totally do that.
I'm shaking in me boots now.
Pretty please don't kill me.
Why shouldn't I?
Oh, good. We get
If
to...
you kill me,
There will be no more Monkey Island sequels.
there'll be no more Monkey Island sequels. No sequels means no work for you. You'll become just another has-been that nobody's heard of.
Oh, that could never happen to me. I'm LeChuck.
Do you know the name Bobbin Threadbare?
No.
Exactly.
It's from one of their earlier games. Bobbin Threadbare is the protagonist in the game Loom.
Pretty please don't kill me.
It never got a sequel, though. Apparently it didn't
you
do
kill
well
me-
enough. You'll be in really big trouble.
You'll be in really big trouble.
I'm one of the walking dead. Formed not of flesh and blood, but of fire and brimstone. How could I be in any more trouble?
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
well... Pretty please don't kill me.
Why shouldn't I?
If you kill me, you'll crush the hopes of children all over the world.
I think that's
I'm a
more
hero to
motivation.
Doesn't
Motivation.
matter. All that matters is that Elaine and I are together. And you are out of the picture for good.
Elaine will never marry you. She loves me.
She does not. She loves me.
Nuh-uh, she loves me.
Does not.
They're like kids squabbling over.
Anyway, Elaine really loves me.
Does not.
Does too love me.
Does not.
Does too. Infinity.
Does too.
You can't beat
Infinity.
that, LeChuck.
Ah!
Ah!
Curse you and your diabolical debate skills.
What's so special about the treasure?
It's
of
much
Big
more
Whoop?
fun to just go off
Just
on the
like any other
tangents.
pirate treasure?
I see. Ye do not yet know the dreadful power that be Big Whoop.
I guess not.
Quake in fear, Threepwood, when I tell thee that Big Whoop be a damned portal to
No,
the
he
demons'
can't unleash the
world.
power of Infinity plus one.
The treasures of Big Whoop be the very gates of hell themselves.
Hey, welcome, Zachary.
But how will Big Whoop make Elaine love you?
Elaine shall pass through the hoary gates of Big Whoop, just as I once did, down to the inky blackness of the infernal nether regions.
It does sound like a dance move. A dance move of the
Those who
damned.
pass through it, the greatest gift of all, immortality.
But at what cost?
Cost? Granted, people may find me a bit unapproachable now.
Just get some like
The
pine
smell
fresh
does take a while to
Febreze.
get but it'd be worth everything now that I have the power to make Elaine love me.
But if you kill Elaine, won't she hate you even more?
Aye, at first. But soon she'll be understanding what a grand gift eternal life be. And besides, the dating pool be surprisingly small when you're the living dead.
Oh, jeez.
You'll just have to give me another chance.
This whole amusement park, why?
The Big Whoop Carnival was my most brilliant idea. Once I had the power of Big Whoop at my command, I
And of
could
course,
make Elaine
a Carnival of the
mine.
Damned is the most logical thing to do.
I see. But again, why an amusement park?
I'll be getting to that. I knew Elaine would need a little coaxing, and that I'd be needing an army. A horrible
Ah, you
bunch
could be getting us
of
started up.
dead.
Okay, but why an amusement park?
Are you going to let me finish? I'm not talking just to hear myself talk, you know.
You're right. I've been rude. Please, go on.
Everyone knows that the life of a seaman is a long, hard, lonely one. Sailors spend months longing for just a few days' leave. And you know what they're looking for as soon as they get into port.
Oh. Yes?
Yes?
A family-oriented fun park.
Oh, that. Of course.
Of course.
They come to take a ride on the giant roller coaster.
I mean, I don't think a Carnival of the Damned is really family-oriented. I mean, the profits definitely must be good.
They plunge down the slope into a great stream of lava.
And I mean, once they're dead and in your undead army,
It's not.
then, I mean, you get all their money, I suppose.
But when they reach the other side, they're fitting warriors for my skeletal army of the damned.
How did you find Big Whoop?
That'd be a long story. Are you sure you want to hear it?
Ah, well.
Does the torture start after we're done talking here?
Aye.
Go on then.
When I were alive,
Gotta always use the technicalities.
No.
No, it's true. I can see that now. She didn't like me at all. But I were determined to prove me worth to her, you see. So,
I mean, I still don't think a Carnival of the Damned is going to be very useful. Oh.
Been there, done that.
When I did it first, you nefarious nudibranch. A few days after setting sail, my ship was caught in a terrible typhoon and was torn apart. I would have drowned, but some friendly sharks found me and set me ashore on Blood Island. There I was, marooned, with no hope.
Oh, I think we missed the thing where we could ask what the secret of Monkey Island is. And our question would then be to follow up with movie spoilers.
Blood Island. 'Twas the ship of one Captain Marley, Elaine's own
I don't know, the dead probably can cash in their life insurance
Rogers Sr., first mate on the ship.
their insurance policies.
And for the price of a few drinks, I learned that they had the map to the legendary treasure of Big Whoop. Although I had no ship and no money.
Hold on. You know, you could make a fortune as a sleeping aid.
Although I had no ship and no
Always gotta insult the villain.
I planned to beat Marley's crew to the treasure and take it for myself. I didn't have the money to buy a new ship, but I still had my greatest asset.
Ah. Your immunity to soap. That your presence makes dumb people seem much smarter.
That your presence makes dumb people seem much smarter.
But I still had my greatest asset. That indefinable LeChuck charm. One of the rich young debutantes on Blood Island.
Okay, yeah, because it was LeChuck who seduced her.
With me, she would have followed me to the grave. Unfortunately for her, she didn't get the chance. I pried the diamond from her family's engagement ring and sold it to some cutthroat smugglers.
There we go, backstory. Lore. Okay. Alright, LeChuck, was she hot? Did you kiss her? Oh. That's almost as bad as you big old bedwetting duty head. Alright.
Alright, LeChuck! Was she hot? Did you kiss her?
Well,
Oh, come on. You can tell me.
I don't want to be talking about that. It'd be personal.
We have to egg him on.
And besides, dead men tell no tales.
Oh, they just did that to slip that in.
I was waiting for that one.
With me new ship, I easily overtook Marley's crew and beat them to Big Whoop, which just so happened to be here on
Oh, nice, Alec. Well, hopefully you're enjoying your full week. Oh, there it is. What is the secret of Monkey Island?
What is the secret of Monkey Island?
The secret of Monkey Island. I could tell you, but I'd rather make you guess.
There we go. That Rosebud is a sled, that the guy's girlfriend is really a man. I think that's the crying game. That's, let's see. That they have to shoot the dog at the end, that's Old Yeller. That's Citizen Kane. That is made from people, Soylent Green. The girl is their daughter and her sister. I'm trying to remember which one that one is. Now, the sequel can never be as good as the original. Alright, we'll go with Old Yeller.
That they have to shoot the dog at the end?
Oh, why did you have to remind me about that? You know what that story does to me.
We found his one weakness, Old Yeller.
It goes much deeper than that. It's an ancient secret, closely guarded by the natives and pirates who happen to...
You don't even know.
Oh, hopefully you're able to get that washed and cleaned, Zachary.
No, not really.
All right then.
Glad we established that.
I'm still confused about the carnival.
Then ask me. As designer and founder, I can answer all your questions.
He's also the PR company. Okay, how did you build an amusement park on a deserted
How
island?
did you build an amusement park on a deserted island?
Using demon
With a winning
demon pirate powers. Just go with that.
Scoured the Caribbean, looking for the best and brightest artists, engineers, and creative people. After a lengthy period of intensive recruitment, intimidation, and murder, I had my team at work, slashing and burning acres of old-growth timberland on Monkey and Dinky Islands.
That must have been back-breaking work.
Aye, that it was. Fortunately, hundreds of men were lost to malaria, wild animals...
Only LeChuck
or
would have that be,
construction
fortunately.
accidents.
Just for the undead uses of that. Let's see. Oh, what's in the future for Big Whoop theme parks?
What's in the future for Big Whoop theme parks?
The future is ripe with a world of possibilities. I see an entire network of theme parks throughout the world.
You fiend!
It will be unique and incorporate the cultures and customs of its specific area. But all will hold true to the same...
I like how we can just get LeChuck to keep talking.
A random, wholesale slaughter of the thousands of patrons who walk through our gates.
It'd be great if LeChuck is like, what were we trying to do again? You were gonna let me go free. Oh yeah, that's right.
What kind of attractions do you have?
Here at Big Whoop, we pride ourselves on the variety and authenticity of our attractions. We be using a magical blend of art, technology, and indentured servitude that we like to call Dynamo Monk Electrics. Frighteningly realistic skins and other body parts are attached to a framework of gears, servos, and pulleys, all constructed from a remarkably lightweight composite material.
Fascinating. How do you power all the rides?
That be a good question. As ye may already know, the power of Big Whoop be derived from its position as an infernal nexus, binding our world with the unholy manifestation of evil itself.
And evil is a very effective power plant.
But like all fuel sources, it can't be lasting forever.
LeChuck, you can't have wasted all of the demonic power.
Wherever possible, and look to alternative power sources.
Alternative power sources like coal. Wait, nuclear. We gotta go with nuclear. Oh, fossil fuels. That sounds appropriately evil.
Fossil fuels?
No, we tap our greatest natural resource: monkeys.
Shoot.
My word.
Hordes of ruthlessly trained monkeys are hidden away deep within the bowels of the park, bound to immense machines of destruction and family entertainment.
And probably typewriters.
That's so inhumane.
Oh, I'm glad you noticed. It be the little touches that make the difference.
Mark my words, LeChuck. When I finally defeat you, I'll be sure to set them all free.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought the treasure of Big Whoop was on Dinky Island.
Dinky Island be an atoll just off the coast of Monkey Island. But they be connected by a maze of mysterious tunnels that run under the very ocean.
You always gotta watch out for the mysterious tunnels.
So although you dug for treasure on Dinky, when you found me Carnival, you were on Monkey Island.
This sounds like technicalities.
Very tidy explanation.
Aye.
I've heard quite enough about your disgusting theme.
I'm gonna give it a low Yelp rating.
What happened to Captain Marley and his crew?
Their ship arrived at Monkey Island a half hour after mine. But they were too late to stop.
Just primitive slavery. It's slavery with extra steps.
Passed through the portal of Big Whoop. Craven cowards that they were, the power of what they saw overwhelmed them. They fled the island in terror. Marley tore his treasure map into 4 pieces and gathered his crew around him. There was Rum Rogers Sr., the first mate, Rapscallion, the cook, and young Lindy, the cabin boy. Marley gave each a piece of the map, keeping one for himself.
I know, the curse of Monkey Island.
Guard those map pieces with their lives. I saw to it that they kept their promise. They were the only people alive to know about Big Whoop.
Okay.
What happened to Rum Rogers Sr.?
He was taking a bath in his cabin near Fat Island, drinking rum and eating toast, as he always did while bathing, when the toaster mysteriously fell into the tub with him.
Shocking.
His son inherited the map piece, but was too much of a drunkard to understand.
I feel like LeChuck just kind of like did like a minor kick on it. Just like pushed it right in with his foot.
What happened to Rapscallion, the cook?
Rapscallion died in a flash fire in his weenie.
Yeah, no monkeying around, guys.
That's right. I brought him back to life with a voodoo spell. I remember it so vividly.
Oh, there we go.
Guybrush. Guybrush.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was miles away. What were you saying?
I knew about Rap's absent-minded tendency to leave his gas burners on. So I arranged for a fully lit cake to be delivered to him on his 35th birthday.
Happy birthday in hell.
You can hear the explosion as far as Booty Island.
That's horrible.
Steamin' weenie indeed.
What became of young Lindy, the cabin boy?
Fearing for his life, he came to me and begged for mercy. In return for not revealing the location of Big Whoop, I let him live. As a sign of me gratitude, I gave him a fortune, which he used to build a successful advertising firm. Once he had grown accustomed to his wealthy lifestyle, I returned to collect me debt.
Sorry about that. I tried to mute myself, but
so demonically ill-conceived
I was a little
that
too
it was
slow.
doomed to
Sorry about
fail.
that.
Gangrene and honey. Within a month, he was penniless and insane, a broken man. He sold everything he owned and got so desperate, he fell in with a traveling circus.
Yeah, the happiest of birthdays.
When he was shot from a
And it lets you
cannon
go out with a bang.
No one could be that desperate. What fate befell Captain Marley?
I ambushed him while he was racing in the America's Cup. I boarded his ship and decided to let him determine his own fate. He could grant me his blessing to have his granddaughter's hand in marriage, or he could suffer a death more horrible than any of his crewmates.
Well, what'd he say?
Actually, he said quite a few things. Oh, the pain. Stop it, you're killing me. Some other things, I forget them all. I left him for dead and sent his ship into a whirlpool not even the most accomplished captain could escape.
You're unbelievably ghastly and wretched.
Ooh, thanks.
I give you a thumbs up on the evil,
But
LeChuck.
there'd be so many more horrible things I'd be wanting to tell you.
I'm not listening to you anymore. See, I'm ignoring you.
You'd better listen.
Ah, okay.
La 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 la, I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Very well, Threepwood. If you're going to act like a child, I'll help you get in the mood.
Can't hear
I
you.
think you deserve a timeout, young man.
Yeep. Haha! It's not locked. Your plan was flawless, LeChuck, except for one minor detail. That
Yeah, Elaine is kind of like, jeez. And now with just a little kid. Curse those voodoo spells.
He's taking Elaine on his roller coaster of death. I gotta reach her before she becomes his undead bride. What's happened to me? Head foggy. Can't think. I'm swimming. Must concentrate and rescue Elaine. I got to save Elaine. How can I save Elaine when I'm just a little boy? Oh, if only I could think straight.
No one ever suspects little children.
Must clear my mind.
Welcome to the Big Whoop Carnival, little guy. Come on over here and meet your old pal Dingy Dog.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Also, there's Murray.
Yo, Murray.
Hey, it's you. Are you dead yet? You look different.
Not dead, Murray. Just cursed.
Cursed? That's perfect. I'm cursed too. Let's join our cursed forces together, and together we can rule the world.
Make a tempting offer.
Yeah. Let me get back to you on that. Well, I like the guy, but this is getting ridiculous.
Get lost, mascot.
Now that's not very nice, little boy. Come on now, stop hitting your pal Dingy Dog.
Unfortunately, we can't get Murray.
I'm not gonna warn you again, kid.
Back off, old man.
You better cut that out.
Ah, you warned me again.
Yeah, you're really starting to bug me, kid. All right, that does it. You're going down, little punk.
Dang it.
Ow, he bit me.
Hey, give me back that hair, kid. You're ruining the suit.
Yes, so we have to do the pirate recipe for curing a hangover for ourselves. So that gets us the hair of the dog that bit us. I think we need an egg, which we need the pie, and then we also need, like, pepper.
Are you the real Dingy Dog?
You bet I am, and I'm here to make sure you have fun.
Sounds suspicious.
Little boy?
Okay.
That's not. Is that the Biting 87? Wrong franchise.
Mighty pirate.
Well, shiver me timbers, that's swell.
Don't you patronize me.
Well, sounds like you've learned a very big word. You're a very bright little man. That's swell.
You're doing it again.
While you can. Soon I'll destroy LeChuck and your entire world will lie in ruin.
You bet. Roll on and play now, son.
Oh, I'd like to. Yes, we can finally channel our inner Karen.
I'd like to speak to your manager.
Oh, no, you don't, little boy.
I'm.
Just the sight of my manager has caused children older than you.
No, I want to speak to the manager.
I really want to talk to somebody in charge.
I am giving you a very, very low Yelp review.
I really want to talk to somebody in charge.
No can do, son.
Okay, let's see.
How can I win one of these fabulous prizes?
Well, that's
Alas,
easy,
we can't go into Karen mode.
Or your age, you get to pick what you want.
What's the catch?
There's no catch, it's just that easy.
I'll bet you can't guess how old I am.
Bet you I can. A little fearsome buccaneer like yourself must be 7 years old.
Ha! Wrong. I just so happen to be 20.
Well, do you have any proof for your old pal Dingy Dog?
You calling me a liar?
You bet I am.
He's seen through me.
My proof right here.
Scum Actors Guild membership card. Guybrush Threepwood, age 20? I suppose you're right. Pick your prize.
We can pick Murray, but we won't. Oh wait, let's see.
I really want that talking skull.
But we won't be able to actually take him.
With my unfettered demonic might, we will rule the world.
You're right, Murray. If I had all that power, the temptation for evil would be too great. I'll take the anchor.
Well, take it away, son.
Alas, we can't get Murray.
Enjoy your stay here at Big Whoop.
Look into your heart. I'm the prize you really want.
Well, I like the guy, but this is getting ridiculous.
Free me, my brother, and together we can rain terror across the land.
Murray gets.
What? You picked the anchor?
It's a really nice anchor, Murray. Sorry.
Oh, Murray also.
I can't believe you picked that stupid anchor instead of me. What good is a dumb hunk of iron anyway? It's not even a real anchor.
It might be.
This anchor looks good, heavy, and useful.
Hey.
I'm a real talking skull.
Oh, poor Murray.
After all we've been through together.
I like the guy, but this is getting ridiculous.
Come on, we could just take Murray and run.
You would have made a lousy undead monster anyway.
He's got sour grapes now.
I'm going to wait for an owner who understands my need to bring fear and pestilence on the likes of you. Get out of here before I...
Gate!
Oh, okay. I think.
If you value your life, mere mortal, you will flee before Murray, scourge of
I know.
living,
Admittedly, it would have been more fun to take Murray.
the underworld.
Okay, so what I need to do
I've got a pie pan full of shaving cream.
is put that. Wait.
What are you doing over there?
I found this pie, mister.
Thanks, kid. Wait a second. This isn't a real pie. It's not heavy enough.
Oh, that's
What
what.
are you trying to pull here, Pips?
That's why we need the anchor.
Honest. Never mind.
Aha. I knew I was forgetting something.
Now it's a heavy pie pan full of shaving cream.
There we go. Beautiful. Now you can't tell it's a real pie.
What are you doing over there?
I found this pie, mister.
Huh? Oh, yeah, thanks, kid.
Shoot it, shoot it!
The anchor makes all the difference.
Oh, but I want to see the cannon fire.
Beat cheeks, half pint.
Look, man, I pay your salary. You want me to tell LeChuck you've got unhappy kids running around here?
Okay, you little... Did you just hear something?
No.
Weird.
Maybe it's the acoustics of that smelly giant head.
Shut up, kid.
Guybrush just got someone killed.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
I just want one of those pies.
Yeah? Well, I just want out of this stinking rat head. Life's tough, kid. Go.
Life's tough, kid. Go. Best advice ever.
Gate.
Oh, well, that works too.
Yoo-hoo, stinky Mr. Rat.
Oh, I think that's how we get the
Get out
meringue.
of there, you little
Because we'll shoot the
What are you
fake.
gonna do about it, vermin boy?
This'll teach you.
There we go, and that gets us the meringue. Wonderful.
It's a bunch of bits of meringue from the pie. It feels delicious.
It feels delicious. That's exactly how you know it's really good. I know his waddle is really funny. He's just like strutting around. He's like, I pay your salary, man. I want to speak with the manager. Here, give me a peppermill.
What kind of snow cones do you have?
What kind of cones did you ask? Why, I have every kind imaginable. I have the most distinct type of snow cones in the world. In fact, my cones are so original, so inventive, and so unique that most are completely inedible. Let me list some for you. I have sweet cones, meat cones, cold cones, mold cones, bold cones with lime, cones with slime, veggie cones, wedgie cones, edgy cones. I used some of my neighbor's edge in that one. Cones with spice, cones with lice, berry cones.
We've already
berry
used the
cones,
lice for a
berry
puzzle.
cones, and the Christmas, merry cones. So, what do you think of that?
I'd like a plain snow
I'd like a
cone.
plain snow cone, please.
Let's take it.
Okay, kid.
No extras. Oh, I've never played Little Misfortune, but I do have the game. Okay, so now we can combine everything.
Peppery goodness. That meringue looks tasty. Ooh, hairy.
And this will fix our voodoo curse.
Ew. The pepper helps, though. Brain freeze.
Yeah, I have to play it at some point. Yeah. Alright, so... And now we're at the finale of the game, which is pretty short. If we do it right. Okay, so we need the rope. Remember that.
Too late for me to get out.
Oh, jeez. That's right. I have to get out on each particular one in order. But I think we needed the rope first. And then we end here. Because I think we have to fashion an explosive, and then we have LeChuck, like, burn the place down. Alright, there we go.
Where are they?
Beautiful.
I had a feeling he'd turn up sooner or later.
There he is, a three-headed monkey. Aha! Let's get out of here. Okay, so we need the rum.
It's Captain
And LeChuck will
Elaine's
show up
grandpa.
and burn you. Get you to leave. There we go. Oh, you have a great night, Iceberg.
She told me she was just
Thanks for stopping by.
powder her nose, and I haven't seen her since.
I
can't believe that I fell for that one again.
the old powder your nose thing.
Still, boy, so I can flame broil.
There's nothing that we can really do at the moment.
Yeah.
So we just have to keep getting burned as we leave.
It's a Dynamo Monk Electric Wally. Hey, Gad, he looks so lifelike. Hey, wait a minute. He really is Wally.
He's...
You can count on me, Wally. Just as soon as I defeat LeChuck, save Elaine, set all the monkeys free, and ride the madly rotating Buccaneer, I'll come back and release you.
It's a promise. That's right, I think I need the lantern. And then I take that. It now gives me some flammable oil. Beautiful.
You again.
And now we can make our explosive.
Why haven't you been boiled in me molten pool of lava?
Plot armor, LeChuck. This is a LucasArts adventure game.
She'll be the death of me yet. I mean, again. But curses if I can't help but love the little woman. Eat flaming death for it would.
It's awfully convenient that he decides to burn us when another cart comes in. And he only tries to burn our feet. Yeah, Wally will eventually... Oh shoot, come on. We'll eventually help Wally. Maybe like by the 5th game. We'll eventually remember how to get out of these carts in time. Your tears aren't gonna move me, Wally. You're still at the lowest part of the priority list. There we go. Let's see.
There. It's soaked in oil and probably highly flammable. Cool.
There, I think I have to put this on the thing up here, and then when the LeChuck comes I use the pepper on him, and I believe that will get him to like sneeze and then set it on fire. And then that will be the end of LeChuck. At least for this game. You're right. Wally is a pirate. I think he was in the second game. I never really played the second game to really know him. But he also is there at the very beginning.
I, Threepwood. It be me, your worst nightmare.
He's the pirate on LeChuck's ship. We need his fake hook. Okay, and now... Pepper to the face. Ha! I'm pretty sure Wally's dead. No Wallys were hurt in the making of this game. Or monkeys. Definitely no monkeys were harmed. I know, how very convenient. Hey, it's a puzzle game. That's how it works. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Wally is 100% dead. Not for Wally.
Run, mortal, but do not forget your arch nemesis Murray. Mark my words, I shall return to haunt you. Do you hear me? I shall return.
Murray is the best part of this game. By far.
This is so unfair.
And that is the Curse of Monkey Island. There's so much fun humor in it. It's just such a fun, goofy game. And the voice acting is really nice for it, which makes it so much more enjoyable. It has been a long time since I played this one. I mean, this came out in '97, but I never actually played it until about maybe like 10 years ago. Oh yeah, Murray's evil lives on. You never can stop Murray. I really need to sit down and play the other Monkey Island games at some point. I played the first one, and I've played this one, which is the third one. But I think that there was a Telltale series done as well with Monkey Island. And I think there was a fourth game, and then the Telltale series one. I don't know. It's been a while since I even looked into that. I think it was Tales from Monkey Island? Oh, LucasArts made a lot of games, Apollo. Loom is one of them. I never actually finished Loom, mostly because the spells are through musical notes and such, and I could never figure it out very well. Oh yeah, we can't comprehend Murray's evil. It's just way too much for us. Yes, I'm gonna start Lamplight City tonight, Ari, and then we'll probably do Lamplight City on Wednesdays until I finish. I think it's gonna take 2 more streams to finish it, because I think the cases for it are about like 2 hours long each, and there's 5 cases. So I'm hoping to get through the prologue in case 1 tonight. Lamplight City is a point-and-click adventure game and like an alternate history, steampunk, 1800s kind of thing, where you play as a detective, your partner dies in the prologue, and he's haunting you. Of course, it's never really clear if he's haunting you, if he really is haunting you, or if you're just, like, going crazy. It is a pretty fun game. I just never got past I finished the first case and then I kind of forgot about the game. So I'm hoping that this helps me push through and beat it. It reminds me, the pixel art and such reminds me a lot of Gabriel Knight's Sins of the Father, which was a Sierra game. I want to say that came out in '96? Maybe '94. Somewhere in that area. That was a pretty fun Sierra game back in the day, I suppose. I played that when I was an adult. There was a lot of these games I didn't play until I was an adult. I only saw like my parents play them briefly as a kid. Okay, you have a wonderful night, Faro. Thanks for stopping by. I think there's one extra scene after the credits, which is why I'm letting them play out. And then after that, we'll switch over to Lamplight City. Ooh, the direct... Wait, but they had to be the manager time. At least we did get to channel our inner Karen for that, demanding to see a manager, even if it didn't work out for us. But it actually has some pretty good voice acting for Lamplight City as well. I just have to remember how to do the cases. Because if I remember right, there were ways that you could make the cases unwinnable. And if you declared too many cases unsolvable, you'd get a bad ending. But they could do the thing where it's like, I want to speak to the manager, but I am the manager. Maybe they just complain to themselves. It could work. It could be like split personalities. We did not get all the Star Wars references, but still. There's quite a few scattered around in this game.
This carnival is great, Dad.
It sure is, son. But you know, rumor has it that the man who built this place is buried here. And they say that to this day, his frozen body remains in the tunnels somewhere beneath the amusement park.
Ominous. Huh. I would have expected more of a LeChuck's maniacal laughter with that. Okay, 1 second. Let's boot up Lamplight City and get this underway. Should be able to have that all set up in just a moment. Let's just make sure it works. I know, you gotta have more sequel hooks. Uh-oh. Did this not, Alright, let me take a look at that. Oh, it is finally booting up. Okay, beautiful. Lovely. Let's do this. New game. There's some pretty good humor as well, periodically. Alright. Bill, wake up! The carriage is on fire!
Bill, wake up! The carriage is on fire!
That would be such a great start if it was.
That's only funny when I do it to you.
What's the matter? Have a rough night?
Bit too much Bollingworth ale is all. That stuff really creeps up on you.
Sorry I couldn't join you, but I was long overdue for a quiet night in with Addie.
That's fine. There'll be plenty of other opportunities.
We have 1 day until retirement.
Maybe Adelaide can even join us. It's been ages since she last drank me under the table.
Afraid she mostly sticks to tea these days.
Miles, what exactly is it we're looking into? I may have dozed off during
our alcoholic puzzle, our alcoholic puzzle, goodness, our alcoholic partner. Oh, let's see.
Honestly, Bill, one of these days Snelling's gonna notice.
No, he won't.
Our ghost alcoholic
Why do you
partner.
think they put him behind a desk? The man couldn't find his own backside with a pair of pliers and a lantern.
You already hate Bill.
Anyway, it's a burglary at the Hanbrook Flower Shop.
Good thing Bill dies then.
Yeah? How dull. At least we'll have enough time to get a drink afterwards.
You seem awfully certain of that.
I am. In fact, I'd bet the devil my head that we're done within the hour.
Well, the devil's gonna be disappointed that his winnings are so meager.
Yeah, you gotta have the entire thing where your tea, you just slip a little bit of whiskey in.
We've arrived. After you, Bill.
Yeah, it's not much of a spoiler, mostly because, it's the main thing of the story. The prologue is only like 30 minutes or so. Yeah, he has 1 day. Bill has 1 day until retirement. I think they're making a sequel with a relative of Bill and a Western kind of steampunk thing.
Thank you. Keep the change.
We'll give him a nice Yelp review.
And so, our night of excitement begins.
You more than anyone else should know that there's rarely a dull night in Chumley.
I have a feeling tonight will be the exception. Until we get to the pub, that is.
Keep your mind on the case, Bill. Now let's get a move on.
Ooh.
Fordham, what are you doing?
I was gonna check inside this trash can for clues.
Miles, in the 15 years we've been partners, how many times have you found something inside a trash can that wasn't garbage?
Fair point.
Hey, that always works in these point-and-click adventure games.
No point wasting time searching through a dirty old trash can.
You finally learned. I'm so proud.
That always works in point-and-click games. Wait, do we get to see it in
They've had some trouble
4K?
with vandalism.
I don't know.
Pretty much every business in this part of town has.
Bill, could I have a word?
What's on your mind, Fordham?
A burglary at a flower shop. Not the most thrilling.
But yeah,
case
this is
we've
very
had,
much
is
like
it?
Gabriel Knight's Sins of the
If I didn't know
Father.
any better, I'd say Snelling's been giving
At
us
least
the
it's got some
boring
good voice
cases lately
acting.
on purpose.
Why would he do something like that?
Got some
He's
nice
eyeing a
hats.
promotion to chief of police. He'd sell his own mother's cane if he thought it would help. Plus, there's no secret he doesn't like us.
I can't understand why. I've shown him nothing but respect.
It's because you're too good at what you do. And because you're friends with me.
What's that got to do with anything?
Not everyone is as open-minded as you, Miles. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh, that's right. You do get to see some Zeppelins here and there.
You ever miss living out here, Bill?
About as much as you missed stepping in that pile of horseshit last week.
I was distracted by that story you were telling me about your sister. How's she doing out west, anyway?
Well,
that's
she's
what it
not
is.
in the chum, so fantastic.
I think they did a.
Living here
I
was
think it's
about
called
as fun as wearing
Rosewater
a
that they're
vest
working
made of
on.
Meat to a dogfight. I'm glad we both managed to get out. Oh, and by the way, Miles, you didn't do such a great job of cleaning your shoes.
That would explain all the funny looks I've been getting. Still feeling rough, Bill?
Yes, but I'll feel better once this case is finished.
I know.
And go down to the Angel for a pint or four.
We need to have.
Dog?
No better medicine.
We need to have a thing where we like throw the hats at people
When's the last
to
time
kill
you took
some
any time
people.
off?
That's a good question. What year is this again?
I think we've both been working a bit too much lately. Addie's been wanting to go visit her mother in Dixie. Maybe we can all go.
That sounds nice, but I wouldn't want to be a third wheel on a visit to your in-laws. Unless... Would Adelaide's brother be there by any chance?
You're incorrigible, Bill.
It's one of my finer qualities.
Got any opinions on the upcoming election?
I'll just be glad
Let's
when
just
it's all
talk
over.
politics.
Seems like the last few months have been nothing but
Nah,
people
this is
giving
just politics
opinions and
game.
telling me what to do without a moment's peace.
Oh, it's curved at the
I
top.
know what you mean.
Oh no.
I already saw some kids putting up Atwood posters down my street.
Bill's hat is
Leave your
terrible.
mustaches and all the ones on my street.
You're just trying to work yourself up for sharing
too
Bill's
well.
death time.
I always thought of Atwood as more of a Van Dyke type of man myself.
I can see that. Yeah. Well, there's something to do tomorrow.
You enjoying this weather? It's a nice evening for it.
Let's talk about the
I find a bit
weather.
of fresh air always helps clear out the mental.
I feel like that
It's just too bad the air in
the
the
burglar's
chum
just
is
gonna
about as
like
fresh as
run
a
off
gold
while we're
corpse.
talking.
At any rate, it'll be winter before you know it. The whole
It's
city will be
Bill's.
shut down, and we'll be digging bodies out from under the snowbanks.
Always something to look forward to. The ferry ride over was surprisingly uneventful, don't you
Gee,
think?
how much
It doesn't really
conversation
feel like
do
a
you
visit
have,
to the
Bill?
chum without seeing at least one fist fight. Oh well, there's always the ride back.
Let's get back to it.
All right.
And we go. Wonderful.
Come on, Bill.
Wait, nobody likes Bill? Why does nobody like Bill?
Charming
Ooh,
little place,
half
isn't
price.
Charming, but empty. We need to find the owner.
it? Always so to the point, Fordham. If ever there was a better time to stop and smell the flowers.
I think I'll leave that to you, Bill.
With my allergies, hardly.
Not too many left. Seems business isn't so bad around here.
Well, you know what they say. There are only 3 certainties in life. Death, taxes, and people taking advantage of sales.
Is true.
This is quite the selection.
No.
Come over here and take a whiff, Bill.
Sure, if you don't mind me getting snot all over your coat.
Oh, no, not the Myers case all over again. On second thought, you can just stay over there.
Yeah, stay in the corner, Bill.
Be right there. Oh, hello, gentlemen. I must say you caught me by surprise. I was preparing to close soon. May I help you find anything? The flowers in the center display are half price this week, and I have a special
We came for a
run for
burglary,
samples
and we
today.
left with a flower
Or
sale.
perhaps a custom bouquet for the special ladies in your lives.
I have no need myself, but maybe Adelaide would appreciate a little something. Eh, Miles? Those peonies in the corner look nice.
I'm afraid we're not here as customers tonight, ma'am. We'd like to have a word with the proprietor. Is he in?
I see. I'm Cecilia Handbook, and this is my shop. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm Detective Miles Fordham, and this is my partner, William Legere. We received a report of a burglary at your store.
A report? From whom? I never contacted the police before, and I didn't this time, either.
It was made anonymously, but are you saying this isn't the first time it's happened?
Yeah.
Correct.
We gotta have
It's
the right
happened
flowers.
3 times. But considering the police hardly care about the daily muggings and vandalisms around here, I didn't think they would be interested in something so trivial.
Well, we're here now, and we'll do all we can to help you.
We'll have to see about that.
Wouldn't mind, Mrs. Sandbrook.
She's got
I'd
a
like to ask
low
you a few
opinion.
questions.
Very well, Detective.
She's giving us a low Yelp review.
Could you give me the details concerning the burglaries?
About 3 weeks ago on Monday, I noticed that my order of Easter lilies was missing. At first, I thought nothing of it. Sometimes certain types of flowers are unavailable or arrive in poor condition.
You write
These
them
things
off.
happen. Then 2 weeks ago on Wednesday, it happened again.
Just let him die
This
in
time,
pieces.
I
Oh
noticed
no.
something rather odd.
Go on.
When I opened the shop, there were 6 crowns and 10 shillings on the counter. That's exactly the cost of 2 orders of lilies. Last Friday, it happened yet again. The lilies were missing, and there was payment for 1 order on the
Well, at
counter.
least it's a nice
I
burglar.
believe that someone has been breaking into my shop after hours, taking the lilies, and leaving money behind.
How unusual. Have you noticed any suspicious characters lurking around?
Detective Fordham, this is Chumley. You can't throw a stone without hitting a suspicious character. And if you've noticed my window, you'd be aware that stones get thrown around quite a bit in this neighborhood. If you're looking for trouble, you're far more likely to find it out there than in here.
I meant if you'd seen anyone out of the ordinary near your shop.
Only the 2 men from the police who entered it tonight. That is most definitely out of the ordinary.
Maybe we were the burglars all along.
Have you found any evidence of a break-in?
No, the front
No, I
door
don't think you
is
can actually
always
die in
locked.
this game.
My assistant
Unless-
Trevor
this
and
is not
I are the
a
only
Sierra
ones
game.
with the key.
Are there any other points of access to the building?
And
The
in
upstairs
truth, in
windows,
Gabriel
I
Knight,
suppose,
you
but
actually
I
didn't
made
have too many
sure to
deaths
keep them
either.
locked, and neither of them have been broken.
At least until the very
Would
end
you
of the
allow us
game.
to have a look upstairs?
Is that really necessary? I was just about to close up the shop.
It won't take but a moment.
Fine, I suppose you may, but please, don't dally too long.
I mean, there's the entire thing that we're coming right before closing time.
So this burglar has been paying for the stolen goods?
I don't know.
That would appear to be the case, yes.
It seemed like
I
that would be
really
one of
don't
those
think
annoying
this could
things.
even be considered a crime. That's one of the reasons I didn't bother reporting it to the police.
And the other reasons?
Oh, I think I've already made those quite clear, Detective.
You mentioned your assistant has the other shop key. What can you tell me about it?
Yeah.
His name is Trevor Hastings, and he has been working for me for the past 10 years.
Oh,
Do you trust him?
with them?
Implicitly. I've known him for ages, and he has been my full-time assistant since shortly after my husband died. You're not suggesting he had anything to do with this, are you?
Not at all. I would like to speak with him, though. Where might I find him?
It's Friday, so he should be on his way back from the docks right now. He'll be bringing my flower order within the hour.
Good. We'll meet him here, then. If that's all right with you.
I suppose I don't really have much of a choice, do I?
We're trying to be nice.
Have you been in business long?
Yes, I opened this shop 30 years ago, along with my
Alas.
late husband, David.
Everyone has
But the
low
past 10
opinion of
years,
us.
I've been running things on my own.
Don't you feel unsafe being here by yourself so late into the night?
Detective, when you've lived in this part of town as long as I have, it takes quite a lot to scare you.
Besides, Granny's a
That's
knife
all the
lady.
information I need for now.
All right, Detective.
I think I can keep hitting the bell.
Yes, I'm right here. There's really no need to ring that bell when I'm standing here.
We got approval with Bill.
It was funny the first time, Detective, but now it's starting to wear thin.
At least Bill's having a good time.
Detective, please.
She's gonna
That's
kill us.
Fun for him. Best to knock it off and get back to business.
That inhuman how. She just draws her knife.
Interesting choice of decor in here.
Perhaps it wasn't always used as a storeroom, although I can understand why it would have been converted.
Yeah, it is rather drafty in here.
Oh, that's right. We have to find the source of the draft.
A rather distinguished-looking gentleman.
Reminds me of Captain Snelling, if he ever smiled.
A young
I
lady.
don't think I've ever had
Perhaps
flower
a
tea.
relation of Mrs. Hanbrook?
I can see the resemblance. Sort of.
I've seen this type of device before. It's a special container for growing plants. Specific temperature and water conditions can be adjusted. Seems to be empty right now, though. And judging by the dust, it hasn't been used in a long time, if ever.
It seems Mrs. Hanbrook isn't too fond of steam tech, or just doesn't understand it.
Unmarked, but if the smell is anything to go by, this is where the flowers are stored when
Yeah,
delivered.
she activates demon mode. I think it's this
window would serve as a viable means of entry.
It's a nice view, though. You can hardly see the vomit and manure piles on the street from up here.
It almost looks like a very lovely place to be. Okay, the fire escape.
The window latch, securely locked. This provides a means of escape from the top floor, or access to this window from the ground. Lamplight City, in all her glory.
Because we have to check for various things.
Seems to be the broken pot storage area.
Why not just throw them away, I wonder?
It's likely they're going to be repaired. I noticed some faint cracks in some of the pots downstairs. Seems to be the...
Why not?
It's like...
Okay, there was something else.
I would imagine that keeping a consistent temperature in here is important for the flowers.
When do you suppose
Because I think there was a small
contraption was last
crack or
serviced?
something that we're
Hard
supposed to
say.
check.
Definitely not recently, if the dust buildup is any indication.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never particularly had different types of teas. So the large window is not the thing that we're interested in.
A pastoral landscape. Definitely nowhere near here.
I've never much understood art, but it would be nice to see a place like that in person.
I think there might have been something... Oh, the gap.
Interesting. There's a gap between the window and the frame here. No wonder it's so drafty in this room.
Because that suggests that it's been forced.
I wonder.
What are you thinking, Fordham?
That it's time for an experiment. I'm going to need a tool, however. Something long and thin should do the trick.
Shouldn't be too hard to find something like that around here.
Yeah, so we have to now go downstairs, and I think we get a wire, and then we can use that to test from outside.
Aha! This hook is exactly
Yeah,
what I
we
need.
need the hook.
Mrs. Hanbrook, may I borrow this hook for a few minutes? It's crucial to our investigation.
Is that so?
Yes, I promise I'll put it back as soon as I'm done.
Please do, Detective.
So that gives us our ability to go and test that. As with the hook, that's how the burglar was making it in, if I remember right. May not be the... Oh, okay. Case book, no.
Good. Bill,
Oh, I
it's time
think
for
you
our experiment.
automatically use items.
And what is this experiment going to be exactly?
Simple. I'm going to see if this hook can get me inside the shop. Rather dark out here.
Watch your step, then. This experiment of yours isn't worth a broken neck.
I'll be fine. Now then, could you please close and lock the window, Bill?
Yeah. I guess it's sometimes that you just try and find the taste. Hey, hey. Oh, that's how I move it. Haha, I am a master criminal.
Well, I'd say this is fairly incontrovertible proof that the building can easily be broken into without arousing suspicion.
Where'd you learn how to do that, anyway?
You taught me, remember?
Nah. Are you sure it was me?
Positive. We were a few pints in at the Angel about 5 years ago, and you decided I should learn how to pick locks.
What else have I taught you how to do while drunk?
Karate,
That
Bill.
would be telling.
Karate. Bill is the true drunken master of this game.
Ah, Trevor.
Evening, Cecilia. I've got the order ready to bring in.
Quick, arrest
These
Trevor.
are Detectives Fordham and Leger. They say there's been a report
Bill has
about
crime plus
burglaries,
20.
and they're here investigating.
I only did it because I think it's been going on too long. As much as you want to, we can't handle this ourselves.
We can discuss the matter later. In the meantime, the detective would like a word with you.
Granny's a blade, Granny.
The flowers first, if that's all right. Otherwise, some hooligan's likely to run off with them.
Nice, they get to use
Keep an eye
hooligan.
on your flowers. Bill, would you mind?
Ah, the glamour of police work.
Bill, deal with those little hooligans.
Now, Mr. Hastings, if I could ask you a few questions?
Go on, then.
What can you tell me about the recent burglaries?
I wish Cecilia had contacted you a lot sooner. She's a damn fine woman. But sometimes I think she'd rather jump in a rose bush than ask for help. Had to take matters into my own hands.
She takes matters into her own hands.
And we can't do it on our own, as much as Cecilia would like to. Anyhow.
She's getting too old to
All I
stab
know
people
is
correctly.
Someone's been making off with some flowers and leaving money behind. No idea who it could be, how they're getting in, or why they even bother paying. In my day, if you robbed a place, you did it the right way. It's a sad state of affairs when even burglars don't do their jobs correctly.
That's
Much
great.
experience with burglary, Mr. Hastings?
Now, I never said that, detective.
Have you noticed anyone or anything suspicious around here recently?
Trevor robbed places all the time.
Ragamuffins and drunkards. Like I said.
Ooh, loquacious.
Real mystery.
Could you walk me through the process of your deliveries?
Of course. There's no great science to it. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons, Cecilia gives me her list of flowers to pick up from the wholesalers. I head over to Gas Cone around sunset when they get their shipment, and I give them her order. They load up the crate, I pay for it, and then I lug it back here.
Yeah, Trevor's the true hero of this story.
Between moving the crate and getting it across the river on the ferry, a couple of hours. Usually the store's closed by then, so I use my key to
He's
get
got the
in
real
and
thing
leave the
is,
crate inside
burglars
for
can't even do
Cecilia
the
to open
jobs.
In the morning. That's all there is to it. Told you it wasn't very complicated.
Do you ever leave the crate unattended during that time?
No, sir. Never more than a minute. I may be old, but I got good eyes. I'd see if there were anything amiss. Besides that, I check to make sure the crate is still sealed when I drop it off. I'm not about to let Cecilia down by being careless.
How long have you been working for Mrs. Hanbrook?
Been about 10 years now, I reckon. I used to help with deliveries now and then when it was her and David, her husband. But after he passed, she offered to make me her assistant. Unfortunate way to get it, but I needed the work. Used to be I had a job at one of the airship yards, but they let me go after I was injured by one of those newfangled steam machines. So the offer came at a good time.
Interesting.
Besides that,
Okay.
Cecilia
Yeah,
did
loquacious
an
definitely would be good.
even though she'd never admit it. If I'm being honest, we're both getting a bit long in the tooth. Not sure how much longer we'll be keeping this up, but as long as I'm upright and breathing, I'll be bringing these crates along, even if it is murder on my back.
I admire your work ethic.
I've got a job to do. Not enough people these days seem to respect that.
Not even
Thanks for your time,
burglars.
Mr. Hastings. I'll let you get back to work.
Appreciate it, Detective. If you don't mind, Detective, I still need to check the crate before
So I
bring
think
it
what they're
in.
doing is they're coming in
course.
after
Thank you
hours and
again
then
for your
stealing
help.
from it. Now we can get back the hook. Oh.
Learn anything?
Possibly. I may have an idea.
Ah, you're being cryptic. That's always a good sign. But if you've got a plan, let's talk about it.
Here's your hook, lady.
I have a few more questions for you, Mrs. Hanbrook.
Very well, Detective. If it will help you conclude your investigation faster.
Mrs. Hanbrook, were you aware that there's a gap in the frame of the small upstairs window?
Yeah, he's not dead
Is
yet.
there? I only go up there to check that the window is locked.
Wait,
I've
Bill's
never
gonna fall
noticed
off
that.
the sidewalk and break his
Are
ear?
you suggesting that's how the burglar is entering the store?
Precisely. I believe the burglar is passing a tool through the gap and using it to unlock the window.
I mean, it might have.
But now that we know the method, we're one step closer to catching him.
And how do you propose to do that?
I'll inform you as soon as I know. I think that's all the information I need for now.
All right, Detective.
I'll let you know.
Oh, I'm not sure that we. Oh, I think I have to.
Oh, thank you, Detective. That's quite decent of you.
There, we kept our promise.
Got a minute, Bill?
For you, Miles, I've got 5.
Ooh, 5 minutes. We gotta quickly do this.
I've heard of honor among thieves, but have you ever known a thief to pay for stolen goods?
Perhaps conducting
Wait,
normal business.
he's gonna get
is
shot
just
as well?
boring for him. Do you think he might be doing it for the thrill?
There could be any number of reasons. The best way to find out is to catch the culprit and ask him ourselves.
What we need to do is shoot the culprit and then
What's your
interrogate
impression
him.
of dear old Mrs. Handbrook?
I like her. Good old-fashioned, tough-as-nails chumley woman. Reminds me of my mother.
Your mother was never quite so stubborn. Why do you suppose she's so reluctant to accept our help?
It's a chum thing, Miles. You wouldn't understand.
Any thoughts on Mrs. Handbrook's assistant, Trevor?
Yes.
We gotta do a
I feel sorry for
stakeout.
him.
Why? He seems to enjoy his work.
Nah, it's not that. He's obviously smitten with Mrs. Handbrook, but she won't give him the time of day.
What? You only saw him for a few moments. How in the ether did you get that impression?
The way he looked at her, the way he spoke when he confessed to contacting the police. Shall I go on?
No, that's fine. I see what you mean.
Really, Miles? You'd be surprised what you can learn from people if you just look at them.
Why bother doing that when I've got you to do it for me?
But you might not always have the drunken
Based on what we've been told in
masters.
our experiment, I can only conclude that our burglar is using the upstairs window to get into the shop.
So let's stake
So
out.
what do you propose we do about it?
It's happened repeatedly over the past 3 weeks, on one of the delivery nights. Since it has yet to occur this week, and today is Friday, logic dictates it should be tonight.
So we settle in and wait to see if the burglar returns? Catch him in the act?
Exactly. It's our best chance of solving this before the trail goes cold.
I was really looking forward to getting that drink at the Angel tonight, too.
I know, but it's as you said yourself. There'll be plenty of other opportunities. Besides, forbearance is good for the soul.
Spoken like someone who truly has no idea how to have any fun.
I'm sure I'll get the hang of it one of these days, especially with your expert too.
Just gotta go for drunken
Okay,
Master Bill
let's
to
go
teach
have a
us while
chat
drunk.
with Mrs. Handbrook. I'm sure she'll be delighted to know we're spending the night.
We poured the windows up? Oh, dig it.
Damn, I forgot to bring my deck of cards again.
At least it's quiet up here. I'm surprised we didn't go deaf after the last time we did this.
What?
I said... Oh, right. Your sense of humor remains on point.
Miles, have you ever considered leaving all this behind?
What, you mean quitting the force?
The force, the city, going off and seeing what else is out there, you know?
I'd miss it too much. Wouldn't you?
I was thinking I might visit Harley out west. She makes it sound like a dream in her letters. Wide open spaces,
I
fresh
do
air.
want to try and
I
play
know I'm
the
a city
sequel.
boy and would probably miss New Britannia's filth and squalor after a week, but...
There's so many games like
should
this
do
that
it.
I do try
Change
to, I
scenery
want
never
to
hurt
actually
anyone.
get to.
Plus, it's much easier for you than it is for me. I've
So it's
got a
really
family
interesting to see
consider
what
after all.
people make.
Ah, right.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. Bill. It's
Bill
just-
Tyrion Lannister? Oh,
I think I heard
dig.
something.
That definitely fits. Uh-oh. Stranger enters.
Oh, no.
Bill?
Bill, you ruined it!
Police!
Damn it! He's got up the fire escape. We can corner him on the roof. Stay close and keep me covered.
Bill, your hat! Your good luck charm! Oh no, without his hat, he won't be protected. Bill, you had one job.
Officer, got a knife. Ready your pistol for him.
He's got a
You're too
knife.
close. I trust you, Miles. Your pistol, now.
There's really no need for this, officer. I respect your desire to uphold justice. Mine is more important. If you let me go, I won't come back. And we can all forget this ever happened.
Don't listen to this lunatic, Miles. Take your shot before things get worse.
We should reason.
Look, we've caught you red-handed. Put down the knife, let my partner go, and give yourself up.
You've got to pull the trigger.
I'm not going to jail. Do you know what they do to people?
Why, so I can shoot
Yes,
Bill?
I do. If you cooperate, I'll see if I can get the judge to ease your sentence.
I appreciate your tactics, Fordham, but this really isn't the time.
Come on, all you've really done is taken some flowers. You're not a killer. Don't make things worse for yourself.
You don't know anything about me. But one thing's for sure. I'm not going to jail. So let me go free, or else your partner is going over the side.
Fordham, this madman clearly can't be reasoned with. Take your shot, now!
You got him in your grasp, pull the trigger. I don't know. Should definitely just let him go.
Okay, we'll look the other way just this once. Just let my partner go.
Fordham, are you insane?
Bill, don't! Bill!
That's on Bill.
Bill! Oh, God! I am so sorry, my friend. I am so sorry.
That is 100% on Bill. Oh, there you go, Time. See? Bill lost his hat. That's why he died. 3 months later. Dramatic 360 rotoscope.
Miles, wake up! Your house is on fire!
Huh? What?
You see, I told you it was funnier when I did it to you.
Yes. Yes. Hilarious.
What's the matter? Have a rough night?
Overdid it on the soporific. Why do I feel like I've had this conversation before?
I'm just glad you're in the mood to converse again. Seriously, you took so much of that snake oil last night, I was starting to think you wanted me quiet for good.
It's no personal slight. I just need some quiet time, or I'll go insane.
Yeah, get lost, Bill.
I get it. We all need our space. I know it's not easy, but there's really no need.
Not easy?
It really is a heaven.
Bill, I've been hearing your voice since you died. You don't shut up unless I take that accursed medicine. I'd say that qualifies as a bit more than not easy.
Yeah, well, how do you think I feel? You think I enjoy being trapped here, listening to you whine about how hard your life's become? You at least still have yours.
If you're just as miserable, why don't you just go away and leave me in peace?
Yeah, piss off to heaven, Bill.
I wish I knew how. But the bottom fact is, you're stuck with me.
Heading towards the light.
You can either keep living this way and ruin your life even more than you already have, or you can do as I've told you and try to figure out a way to let me move on.
Just call an exorcist.
Right. For the 1,000th time, you want me to find the burglar from the flower shop.
Yes, exactly.
And then kill him this time. Shoot him.
I've told you several
Wait,
times.
his spirit is trapped in his head?
If you actually listened to me, I'd still be alive. At any rate, you wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place if not for him. Once the criminal has been caught and is in custody, we'll both get what we want.
To be fair, even if you take the shot, Bill dies.
Justice?
More than that, you'll have that elusive thing you always wanted to give others. Closure.
Ooh, closure?
You do realize the trail's pretty much frozen at this point. Our man has seemingly vanished into the ether.
That's no excuse not to keep trying. I know the cases Upton's been giving you these past few months haven't been the most thrilling, but they've at least kept you active. So just keep at it. Something has to turn up eventually. Unless, of course, you want to wind up in Riverview Asylum. And if that happens, I'm really not going to keep quiet.
Fine.
Good man. Now, I suggest you stop talking to thin air, or Adelaide's gonna start wondering if you've gone mental. Or just maybe, she'll stop wondering.
Alright, Mental Institute, speedrun.
Very funny.
I know. Bill is very sassy.
Wouldn't you say it's time for a change of clothes, Miles? You've been wearing that coat for who knows how long.
So? Addie gave it to me. Besides, it gives me character.
Right. Brooding detective in a long black coat. That's never been seen before.
What are you talking about, Bill?
Never mind.
Hey, don't break the fourth wall, Bill. This is the 1800s. It's new.
Adelaide's last performance. She could really bring the house down. Pretty, but I'm glad I don't have a sense of smell anymore.
Yeah, it'd get its ghost snot everywhere.
I always like that self-portrait of Adelaide's mother, even if the eyes do always follow you around the room. Cozy little winter getaway. That would be a welcome change from the winters in this city.
Bill is definitely sassy.
That poster brings back some memories. That's from around the time you two met, isn't it?
Yes, back when Addie was singing at the Angel.
That's a fun little apparatus Adelaide got you. Very soothing.
Watching it spin long enough puts me right to sleep.
I'd say that's really more the soporific's doing. Remember before you started taking that medicine and you could actually read a book for more than 10 minutes before falling asleep? You were a lot more fun to talk to back then.
I think that's Bill just spoiling the endings in ghost form.
Don't worry, Miles. I don't watch when you and Adelaide are having your private time.
It would be nice if you didn't spend the whole time humming.
I thought you appreciated some romantic music.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, you gotta find a person for Bill to haunt.
Miles, care to explain what you're doing?
Just checking to make sure everything that needs to be in here still is.
Right. If you start taking that stuff during the day, you're really going to have problems. It's admirable just how organized Adelaide is. Maybe someday the same can be said about you.
Oh, we're a brooding detective. That can't rub off on us, ever.
Well, look who's awake. Ready to rejoin the living?
Very much so.
Now, if you excuse me, I have to go speak with my dead partner.
You were talking in your sleep again.
Did I say anything interesting?
Do you ever?
You have to admit.
Oh, I forgot. His
How are
wife
you
is pretty
feeling?
sassy, too.
Such groggy. I think I took a bit too much of the soporific last night.
That's what I thought. When you went for your after-lunch nap, you'd barely gotten breakfast down. I saved you some bread and cheese if you're hungry.
Thank you, but I haven't got much of an appetite.
You really should regulate your doses more carefully, love. I'm sure dull senses and an empty stomach aren't much help to your work. By the way, a message arrived via courier for you this morning. I put it on the table along with today's newspaper.
Thank you, dear. Addie?
Yes, dear?
How's work going? Do you have any appointments today?
Yes, one this evening. It's been a bit slow lately, but pretty soon it'll be debutante ball season, and all the Gascon grand dames will need their hair
Yeah,
done.
this one sets up for the first
sure
case
I
with
can
it.
convince you to let me give you
I
a
think she
little
has
trim?
some
You've
that
been
you
looking
actually
awfully
have her help
scruffy
you
lately.
at some points.
What's the point? I've got no need to go peacocking around town. You're the only girl for me.
I like it when you're clean cut. It brings out your eyes.
The way my eyes have been looking lately, I think it's best to keep them hidden. How are you? It feels as though we haven't seen much of each other these past few days.
Actually, I think they have a
I've
pretty
been fine.
steady marriage.
Addie, you're not a very good liar. What's on your mind?
I'm worried about you, Miles.
I know, but I've told
Because
you
she
there's no
actually
need
is
to worry
concerned
about it. I'm all
for
right.
her husband.
You're not all right, Miles. I may not be a good liar, but you can't fool me either.
I am all right. What do I have to do to convince you of that?
You could start by throwing out that sleeping medicine. It's turned you into a different person.
She does help you
I need
solve
to
some
sleep,
cases,
Addie. I'll become
if I
an even
remember
worse
right.
person without it, believe me.
Because I remember that
Bill's death
she
was
does
hard
help you
for
at one
you.
point on
It was
the first
hard
case.
for all of us. But whatever it is that's bothering you, you know you can talk to me about it. That's what I'm here for.
I know, my love. Your support means the world to me. I need some time to deal with things.
Hey, welcome, Jack
That's
Dina.
all.
We finished.
It won't always be like this, I promise.
We finished the Curse of Monkey
Making
Island, so
promises
we,
you can't keep, eh, Miles?
and now we're starting
That'll end
Lamplight
well.
City. I know it is actually refreshing to have
I've
a
still got that song
yeah
you
marriage
sang
that isn't
last week
like
at the Rutherford stuck in
so
my head.
distant or otherwise like
Thank you, Miles.
on the rocks
that
or
was
so
a lovely
forth.
evening. I always enjoy it when Joseph brings out his violin and we can relive the old days.
Certainly nicer than when he spends hours telling the exact same story whenever you visit.
They were very glad to see you, you know.
It's probably the most fun I've had in months, to be honest.
They've invited us for dinner again in a couple of weeks, if you're feeling up to it.
I hope I am. What's that you're reading?
It's a collection of short stories by James Penstroke. It was just published earlier this month.
Any good?
Oh yes, I love his work. He's been publishing a
should
new
read
serial
it.
in Brentwell magazine. I can't wait to read it. Perhaps we both can together? I think you'd enjoy him.
Lately, I haven't been able to concentrate on a page for more than 5 minutes without nodding off.
That is a pity.
I'll let you get back to your book.
Aha! Message. The case begins. Fordham, a big case has come in which I think will interest you. Meet me at the Ruin Cafe House for more details. Upton.
Upton says she's got a big case for me.
Does she go into any
Yeah,
more detail
unfortunately,
than that?
Bill lost his hat, and that's
No,
why he died.
But then you know Upton. Always on a need-to-know basis. Especially since she's been giving me these cases under the table.
To be fair, they haven't exactly been anything of note.
True, but she's still sticking her neck out for me. I can understand why she's so secretive about it.
I think she just misses having you around the station.
Poor Connie. With you quitting and me dying, she must be bored stiff at work.
Anyway, I'm supposed to meet her at the Ruin Coffee House. That can't be right.
It's not like Constance to make mistakes. She must have gotten in somehow.
I know,
Guess I'll
that
head
is.
over there and see what
That
she's
was
got
pretty
there.
hard to read. Oh, that's, Oh yeah, that's the one that tells our first case. Madame Laure Dupre, age 44, died of Saturday on apparent natural causes. That's our first case with it. I know that depending on who you accuse of being the
You remember how much time
the
Adelaide
killer.
had to spend convincing you to sit for this? At least
It
these
changes
days,
with the
ferrotype tech advancing the way it
the
is,
papers for the
these
next
portraits
part.
can be done in just a matter of minutes. It might do you some good to look in the mirror a bit more often, Miles.
But how will I get my brooding, scruffy detective look
Didn't I give you two
if
that
I'm
clock as a
not
wedding
caring about
present?
my looks?
Too bad it stopped working. I can see why Adelaide calls that plant Miles Jr. It's a spitting image.
Just because it's scruffy, Bill?
How are your parents doing these days? It's been ages since you wrote them. Your book collection has always astonished me. Heaven help you if you ever decide to move.
Oh, that's not that many books for moving.
Your book collection is always
You have to get many, many more books than
Building
that.
those model ships was a good way to pass the time between cases. Hopefully it'll be a while before you get enough time to build another one. It's been so long since you used that desk. Did you even notice when Adelaide got rid of the chair?
Of course I did.
Bollingworth Ale. My favorite! And a nice souvenir from the Angel. You really ought to go back there someday. Ah, the Havisham case. Our first time out as partners. First in a long line of successful
Yeah,
cases.
an overgrown
It's nice to
pile
have
of
memories
grass.
of the good old days.
Wait.
I'd love to see the look on Snelling's face if he ever found out you kept your old truncheon.
Aha. Take that,
Time for
Snelling.
me to get some things done.
Take care of yourself out there.
Nice.
Ah, the Rouen Coffee House. Worst Java in Lamplight City, but there's no better place to overhear all the rumors and gossip in town. Just make sure you don't get too close to the other patrons. Discretion was never your forte.
I like all the flies over here. It really sets the atmosphere.
If it isn't my old friend, up to no good.
Hello, Fordham. It's good to see you.
How did you get them to let you in here?
It's rather simple, really. The owner and I have an understanding. He pretends women are allowed in coffee houses, and I don't report his unsavory business practices to Chief Snelling.
Sounds like a good deal.
Clever.
What sort of unsavory business practices are we talking about?
Oh, we haven't got time to get into that now. But take some advice. Don't order anything that isn't water.
Managed to sneak another case past Snelling, eh?
Yes, and if he finds out I did, it won't be pretty. This is a big one. We're not in Lost Cat territory anymore.
So stop teasing me and tell me what it is already.
Oh, I want to do the Lost Cat cases.
Laura Dupre. She's one of those Gascon Grand Dames, isn't she?
That's right. I'm surprised you've heard of her. I didn't think you cared about those types of people.
I don't, but Adelaide has several of them as clients. She gets paid to pretend to care about their lives, and I get to hear the sort of details.
That actually would work pretty good for a detective.
Yesterday. Her funeral was held this morning.
Anything that gets you some more
But
rumors
halfway
and
through
such.
the service, the mourners heard a loud knocking coming from inside her coffin.
She wasn't dead?
Apparently not.
Worse, she was
Nearly injured alive,
undead.
although her doctor swears she had no pulse. Dupre's son Andrew was quick to suspect foul play. He accused a man named Albert Martin, and the police arrested him.
So where do I come in? Sounds like the case has already been solved.
I strongly suspect that Martin is innocent, especially considering the talk of him having used black magic on Dupre. The police feel they have enough evidence to convict, so they're not bothering to investigate any further.
So we have to
You're going
clear an
look
innocent
into it and
man.
see if I'm right. Then find the person who was really behind this.
Has Madame Dupre recovered from her ordeal?
I'm afraid not.
So if you're trying to actually get the
Apparently she's
entire
been
case
catatonic
figured
since they pulled
out
her out
as
of
to
the
the full
coffin.
details, it takes
How
quite a bit.
unfortunate.
If you'd like to question Mr. Martin, he's being held at the Bow Street Jail. Or you could take a look around his house. It's at
Because if you-
451 Compton Street in Worcester.
Oh, okay.
And the Dupre home?
That's at Emmeline and Comtesse. Right
Because what
across from the
happens is
old
there's
Angeline
lots of people that
convent.
we can accuse.
It's
We
also
can
possible you might run
actually
into the police
accuse.
during your investigation, since
their,
they're technically still on the case.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for the warning.
We can technically accuse him, the
Was
person
there
the police
anything you wanted
caught.
to talk about before you get started?
But we have to do specific things to do that. But that will solve the case early and let us move on to the next one.
Yes, actually, I had a couple
But we're
of
trying to
questions.
go for the
Let's hear them then.
the full stuff.
How are things going with you?
Work is hectic as usual, and I'm spending my day off in here. But considering my home life is still a shambles, Maybe this is the best place to be.
I'm truly sorry about that.
Don't be ridiculous. If it hadn't been for you, I'd still be chained to that philandering bastard. It hasn't been easy, but I'm much better off this way. Trust me. Anyway, work gives me something to focus on.
Oh, there. See, we get
Sure,
big
you can
words
relate to
again.
that.
Yes, and I'm grateful to you for getting me these case leads. I know you're taking a risk to do it.
It's the least I can do. How about you? How's Adelaide?
She's fine, although things between us could be improved, if I'm being honest. The less said about it right now, the better, I think.
I'm sorry to hear that. You can talk to me about it if you need to, although I'm probably not the best person to ask for relationship advice.
Don't suppose there have been any developments regarding Bill's murder?
Unfortunately not. The department hasn't exactly been focusing on that case as a priority. The general attitude is that it was an
That's true.
accident.
I haven't
died
written in
in honor of
cursive
death
in a
in the
long
line
time
of
besides
duty.
signatures
Would have
and all
been
that.
nice if they bothered saying that at the funeral.
And of course, there are still those who blame you for his death, Snelling being the first and foremost.
But the man who killed him is still out there.
Yes, I know, but it looks like you're on your own if you want to find him. My hands are tied. I can only ask around so much before the higher-ups get suspicious. Just don't give up. New Britannia may be a big city, but the criminal world is surprisingly close-knit. If you find any connections or leads during your other cases, be sure and let me know. I'll do the same if I find anything out.
See, she has a priority stream. You could learn a lot from Upton.
That's it, I think.
Quiet, Bill.
Then you'd better get back to it.
If only we could find
I'm
Bill's
not
hat.
entirely sure how this is going to help you find the flower shop burglar.
Oh,
I suppose
yeah.
freeing an innocent man is a worthy diversion.
I type a lot more. I don't think I actually write things out by hand all that much anymore, Kiyusuke. I guess it's the downside of technology. Kind of makes cursive and such not too common. Okay, so Fordham residence, Dupre Manor. Oh, that's his house. So we first need to speak to him.
Fordham? Is that you? You look like something a cat spat up.
Ah,
Hello,
piss
Giles.
off, Giles.
It's lovely to see you too.
Yeah, if we burn Bill's hat, that'll help him move
What
on to the
brings you out
afterlife.
of jail? I thought you'd quit being a detective.
I'm looking to speak with Mr. Albert Martin.
Oh, I see. Well, that's him in the first cell there. I'd say what needs saying as quick as you can, though. He's headed for the gallows in the morning.
What? Already? But what about a trial?
No trial necessary when there's black magic involved.
Huh,
This little
technicalities.
half-breed's already sealed his fate.
Such a charming fellow, isn't he?
Sock him good.
Mr. Martin?
Who are you? My lawyer?
No, I'm actually here to help you. The name's Miles Fordham. I'm a private investigator.
How are you going to help me?
I'm looking into the attack on Madame Dupre. I believe you're innocent.
Oh, thank heaven. That's music to my ears.
Would you mind answering a few questions for me?
Friend, if it means saving me from the noose, I'll tell you nothing less than God's truth.
Interesting choice of phrase for someone accused of using black magic.
Almost like he's been framed. Yeah, we still gotta burn his hat.
What can you tell me about Madame Dupre?
What's to tell?
Oh.
She's a twisted, evil woman who
I haven't
got what
actually
was
done
coming
much
to her.
with
Whoever
actually just
attacked her
writing things
deserves
out.
some sort of
Other than
reward
like
for the
maybe
service
small
they're
notes
doing
at
the
work.
community.
So it wasn't you then?
No, I'm innocent, Mr. Fordham. You have to believe me.
I did
I'm
want
afraid
her
you're not
dead,
making that
but
very easy right now, Mr. Martin.
didn't do it myself.
Do you know anything about the circumstances of Madame Dupre's supposed death?
No, I had nothing
Oh, they don't
to do
even
with
teach
it.
it in school?
Then why did her
That's
son accuse
surprising.
you?
Probably because he's just as ignorant as she is.
What I meant was, how did her son know to accuse you? Have you had any contact with the family before?
Yes, you could say that.
Uh-oh. That gleam in his eye says it all.
You
Bill
see,
knows.
I'm involved with Dupre's daughter, Juliet Montgomery. Dupre doesn't like that one bit. She even threatened me once.
Is that right?
Yes. She might have everyone else fooled, but that woman is the devil incarnate. I can't understand how something so heartless and cruel could have spawned someone as pure and loving as my dear Juliet.
He's not really helping his case much, is he?
Tell me about Juliet.
She's wonderful. Such a beautiful, kind soul. She hasn't
I
come to
know.
see me yet, but I'm sure that's
Yeah, that
because
seems
of all
that
the
pretty much all
confusion in
timesheets
the
are-
last few days.
like, most places
Juliet
are gonna have
wouldn't
their
believe
timesheets
for a
online.
second that I would be capable of harming her mother. I'm sure of it.
How did you two get involved?
We met at the university.
Your classmates?
Hardly. They wouldn't allow someone like me to enroll there. Juliet studies botany. I work as an assistant in the greenhouse. We started talking, and she actually treated me like a person.
It does kind of
To everyone
sound
else,
like
I was
that.
just the boy who fetched the test tubes. But Juliet actually wanted to hear what I had to say. Had the same taste in books and art. Didn't just treat me like some piece of gardening equipment. She even shared some of her notes with me after I told her I was interested in botany as well. From there, things just got better. I don't expect you to understand or approve, but that's how it happened.
Oh, you'd be surprised. It doesn't sound too different to how my wife and I got together. Except I was a detective and she was a singer at a bar.
And she's...
Yes, Mr. Martin. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. How often is Juliet in the greenhouse?
Every weekday.
We can
but
accuse
I doubt
everyone.
She's there now. She's probably trying to find out where I am and working to have me released.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Somehow, I wouldn't bet on that.
How did you end up in here?
I was just minding my own business at home when the police showed up with no warning. They made some outrageous
Artemis.
claims about me putting some sort of curse on Madame Dupre. The next thing I knew, I was here. Oh, Mama must be beside herself with worry. I just hope she's all right.
Let's see.
What does your mother do, Mr. Martin?
She helps people.
I was hoping you'd be just a bit more specific.
Did you graduate from
She
Vague
provides spiritual
University?
help to those who seek guidance.
She's a spiritualist.
Not quite. She's more like... how can I explain it? You know how a priest holds mass to spread the word of God to the people? My mother holds services and calls on the spirits to walk among us, providing healing and guidance.
So she's a religious leader?
If you want to give her that title, it would be the most appropriate.
And does this religion of yours have a name?
You'd probably know it as Voodoo, but it doesn't mean what you think it does. People are so quick to judge and portray us as evil when they have no idea.
I think Gabriel Knight also had it to where the very first game was focused around voodoo. Now we can be like, what can you tell me about voodoo?
So you practice voodoo, do you?
Are you making fun of me, Mr. Fordham?
No, of course not. Apologies if it seemed as though I was. It's just that the police are convinced that black magic was involved in Madame
Because I think
Dupre's
Gabriel
apparent
Knight
death.
in the first game was
That's
voiced by
because
Tim
that idiot
Curry,
son of
so
hers
it has
knew
it
about
him
my
constantly
mother,
going,
and like all bigoted fools,
what can you
assumed
tell
that
me
we're
about
involved
voodoo?
in devil worship in the black arts. But I can assure you that this is most certainly not the case, Mr.
We're
Fordham.
asking the wrong
Of
questions.
course, I didn't mean to imply.
Just forget it.
Don't ask
That's all
about
for now.
voodoo.
Wait, before you go, would you do me a favor? Would you go see my mother at our house and give her a message?
You're at 451 Compton Street, right?
Yes, that's right. Could you tell her I
Yeah,
said
he's feeling
Saint
pressure.
Roch's
He's had a bad
dog
day.
is barking?
I suppose I could do that, yes.
Oh, thank you.
Whatever happened to a simple I love you?
Artemis. Yeah, because I think we have to first get that message from him, otherwise we can't get inside to
Compton
talk to his
Street.
mother.
We're not too far from Restaurant Row. When's the last time you ate, anyway?
Please, let's not add eating to the list of things to nag me about.
Because have to do things in a certain order.
I'm sorry, I have no time for visitors today.
You're Albert Martin's mother, aren't you?
Who are you?
Miles Fordham. I spoke with Albert, and he told me to give you a message. He said to tell you that St. Roch's dog is barking.
Aha! Ooh, a carriage in the
I
background.
see. That's good. That's very good. You better come in, Mr. Fordham.
No
Standing on the
Zeppelins.
street just won't do.
Yeah, he definitely has to be much more specific. So if we wanted to accuse Albert Martin of the
Welcome
crime,
to my home, Mr. Fordham.
we would
I
need
am
to
Sabine Martin. I hope
get
you
her
understand
angry
that Albert
about
has
asking about
nothing to
voodoo.
do with this awful business. Would you care for some tea?
Well, her tune certainly changed when you gave her that message. I wonder what it meant.
No, thank you, ma'am. I won't be staying long. I've got a few questions for you, Mrs. Martin.
I'll try to answer them the best I can.
Do you think your son is capable of doing what he stands accused of?
Never. Albert wouldn't harm a fly.
That's what the mothers always say.
Why don't you tell
Bill
me a bit
sees
more
through
about
the
it?
facade.
He started working at the university laboratory a few years ago. I was so proud of
Bill
him.
always
the
knows.
university is quite selective, you know. The same for its staff as well as its students.
Yes, I've gotten that impression.
I always told Albert to be careful around those high society types, but that one always thinks with his heart first.
Is she sure that's the correct body part?
He's all the family I have, Mr. Fordham.
Do you know anything about Madame Laura Dupre?
The tea could have nightshade.
But I know plenty about her.
Like what?
Oh no.
Nothing fit for a polite conversation, Mr. Fordham. But I can tell you this. Laura Dupre has far more enemies than she lets on.
Does that include you or your son?
It most certainly does not.
What do you know about Juliet, Madame Dupre's daughter?
I know Albert was smitten with her, no matter that I told him to be very careful around her kind. Those rich Creole families don't care much for people like us. To them, we're just a help. But from his telling, Juliet sounded to be a decent soul. It's a shame the same can't be said for her kin.
If you'll indulge my curiosity, what exactly was the meaning of Albert's message?
Saint Roch
Oh,
is the
yeah.
patron saint of dogs,
By sending you
as
to the
well as falsely
afterlife.
accused. If he sent the message along with you, it means he trusts you, and that I should too.
Oh, I see.
Perhaps you were hoping for something more? That's just the way of mysteries, isn't it?
It's when you get the answer.
The thrill of the unknown is always more exciting than the truth. Mystery makes life a little more interesting.
True, but if mysteries were really better unsolved, I wouldn't have a job. What exactly is it you do, Mrs. Martin?
I provide services to the public.
A delightfully vague answer if there ever was one. Give me something a bit more specific, please.
I'm a Mambo Asugwe. That means I'm what you call a voodoo queen. I'd give you a detailed explanation of the responsibilities and duties of the role, but your time would be better spent clearing my son's name.
Can you tell me a bit more about your religious practices?
What I can tell you is that the ignorant whites in this city are afraid of us for no reason. Voodoo is not about black magic or dark spells or turning people into the living dead. It's about healing.
We
and
could
life.
get living dead, I
Naturally,
suppose.
there are misguided souls who may try to use it for ill purposes, but I am not one of those.
Sounds like you hit a sore
Kind of feels like a
spot.
New Orleans
Might
kind
be
of
a good
thing
idea
with
to
it.
Stop pressing her on this angle.
Yeah, I can see that.
Thank you for your help.
My pleasure.
See, if we wanted to get her angry, what we could do is ask for tea, look behind the curtain, and then ask her about Voodoo again, which will get us kicked out and allow us to accuse Albert Martin. But since he actually is innocent, we don't want to do that. I don't think that she's actually needed for anything else in this. And if we leave right there, then we can actually...
It's as
we
though
don't
we've
get the
journeyed
opportunity to
the
do that
tropics.
again.
I don't know how you can stand to keep that coat on in here.
Oh, kitty. Oh, the Nern route? I've never... wasn't there, like, limited Nern routes in it? I remember that alchemy got very broken.
Montgomery?
I am. And you are?
Miles Fordham. I'm a private investigator looking into the events surrounding your mother's attempted murder.
Ah, of course.
Have you got time to answer some questions?
It does have a
Yes,
kind
that
of New
shouldn't be a
Orleans feel
problem.
to it.
Do you know anything about the events leading up to your mother's premature
this.
interment?
No, it was a complete shock. Mother seemed to be perfectly healthy and full of life. Then, without warning, she was dead. Or so we thought.
I take it you were glad to be wrong?
What a ridiculous question. Of course I was. What sort of heartless beast would celebrate their mother's death?
Oh, I could name a few. Juliet definitely didn't shed any tears over Madame Dupre, though. That much is obvious.
Miss Montgomery, you don't have to lie to me. I'm not going to assume you tried killing your mother just because you weren't upset by her death.
I felt terrible about it. You have to understand, I didn't want her to be dead. I just felt a sense of relief. Please, don't think me a horrible person, Mr. Fordham.
All right,
It's
arrest
just that
her.
Mother
Arrest her
and I
now.
aren't
She
currently on
confessed.
the best of terms.
Why don't you and your mother get along?
We've never completely seen eye to eye on anything. She always disapproved of anything I did. When I was younger, she used to forbid me from speaking to the servants. I saw no harm in a kind word or smile, but she warned us that if we were too familiar, they would take liberties. Then when I declared my intentions to pursue academic studies, she really went livid. In her opinion, a university education was tantamount to a chastity belt. What sort of man would want a wife with a head full of useless facts, she'd say.
Personally, I've always found intelligence to be quite attractive.
I assume your mother didn't approve of your involvement with Mr. Martin?
A rather forward question, Mr. Fordham. But you're not mistaken.
Sounds like she didn't approve of a lot of things.
I'm not sure how she managed to find out about Albert and me, but when she did, she nearly had a conniption. As I'm sure you can understand, the situation at home has been less than perfect in the last few months. I'd really rather not dwell on it.
You mentioned you were friends with the servants.
Yes, that's right. I didn't care that they worked for us. Everyone needs a friend.
Did your mother ever mistreat them?
Mistreat? No, I wouldn't say so. She was always very stern, though, and quite cold.
I think
if
that
they ever
was
shirked their
what it
duties or
was.
misbehaved, they were punished, of course, but nothing out of the ordinary that I ever saw. Most of the servants are my friends, but I'm closest with Amelie, the kitchen maid. Mother wasn't too happy about that. Amelie's been around
Approval is improper, don't you know?
She's
Very
like the aunt I
true.
never had.
What can you tell me about Albert Martin?
I'm not quite sure where to begin.
Why not start by telling me what your relationship with him was?
We met here at the greenhouse. He was working as an assistant, sweeping and cleaning and fetching things for the students. My focus was on academics, naturally. I wasn't too interested in romance. In fact, I've had to turn away nearly every single one of my classmates. But with Albert, I found myself intrigued. I noticed him stealing glances, lingering just a bit too long after bringing over a book or flask, sweeping the same patch of floor near me over and over again. It wasn't too long before I had him bringing me tools and equipment regularly.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
I see.
As I mentioned, Mother was an absolute terror when she found out.
Do you believe Mr. Martin did what he stands accused of?
I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't seem like him, but Albert can be quite...
But it's definitely that Juliet hasn't
If
made
the
much
police
effort to get him
believe he's to
freed.
blame, then they must have a reason for it. It wasn't any secret that he hated Mother. Perhaps I should have ended things sooner. It was satisfying to know that Mother was displeased, but I never imagined it would lead to something like this.
Well, it's nice to see she's all heart.
Yeah, she's much cool
So
logic.
you study botany. Fascinating subject.
Are you an admirer of plants, Mr. Ford?
Oh yes, of course.
My wife has the green thumb in the household, but I do have a certain appreciation for them.
Plants are amazing things, just like people in many ways.
How do you mean?
They need attention and care. Ignore a plant, and it will wither. Give it too much attention, and it will become sick.
Just like my home
Plants
life.
have many things to teach us, and I greatly enjoy learning from them.
These plants are impressive. Are they yours?
Yes, I've developed a method to
Oh,
make
that's
them
right,
extra
she's doing-
healthy and strong.
They're larger than anything I've ever seen. How do you do it?
Ah, but I can't reveal my secrets, Mr. Fordham.
Trade secrets.
The world will hear about my discoveries soon enough.
Incidentally, do you know anything about Easter lilies?
No, I don't keep or grow those here.
No more questions for now.
No connection to your
And if you
case
don't
for
mind,
him.
I have work to do.
Okay.
One of those cute little Japanese trees that are all the rage these days. Personally, I don't see how giving a tree a haircut is meant to be relaxing. Judging from that pipe, that contraption must be used to keep the plants hydrated. But it looks like a giant earwax remover to me.
Okay, so
I've never seen a
if I
flower
remember
that
right,
big. What do you suppose they're feeding them? Quite the assortment of plants they keep in here.
we have a thing where we
Wonder
need
if they
to...
serve any
I think we
purpose
find it
or
in
just
the
put the
Dupre
look-
Manor, but we find out that she has like an apartment somewhere.
Quite the assortment of plants they keep in here. Those flowers are definitely not native to this area.
To where
They
we
seem to
find
be
out the
thriving in
actual
glass tubes, though.
source of her experiments. Which allows us to also accuse her if we want to, but she's obviously not the person involved in...
You are aware this is private property, sir?
Yes, that's why I'm here.
Yes,
I thumb
I'm
my
Miles
nose
Ford,
at your
a private
private property.
investigator. I'm looking into the incident involving Madame Dupre. I assume this is she?
You assume correctly, Mr. Fordham. My apologies, but I thought the police had already made an arrest.
That's right, but there's still some doubt as to the man's guilt. May I ask your name, sir?
I am Dr. Fellows.
They are pretty interesting.
Madame Dupre's
I've never had
physician.
one.
I'm afraid she is in no state to be answering questions at present.
Are any other members of the family home?
Her son, Mr. Montgomery, is in the entrance hall. I had to give him a mild sedative to settle his nerves, but he should be all right to converse.
Then if you don't mind, I'll have a look around. Doctor, may I ask you a few questions?
Please, be my guest.
Tell me about Madame Dupre.
It looks like they should have one of
She
those
is a
big top
great
hats.
woman and a pillar of the community. I cannot imagine why something like this could happen to her, or how someone could be capable of such a barbaric feat. Though this ordeal has been terrible, I am confident she will overcome. The power
I know,
of
I
her
haven't really
physical
seen one up
constitution
close.
is surpassed only by her strength of character.
You think he'd say the same things if he wasn't on her payroll? I highly doubt it.
Bill sees through it.
What were the circumstances surrounding Madame Dupre's supposed death?
Her son, Andrew, sent for me a few days ago after finding her unconscious and
I've never
unresponsive.
been all that good
as
with
I was unable
plants.
to detect a pulse or breath.
It's one of those
I had
that
no other
I kind of
recourse
more
but to
like to
declare
see
her
what people do with it,
I
but I'm
judged
not
that
very
Madame Dupre
good at
had
it
likely
or
suffered a
knowledgeable.
sudden cardiac arrest. It was most shocking to be proven wrong at a funeral.
I can imagine. Where was the funeral held, by the way?
St. Denis Cemetery. Madame Dupre wished to be interred in the tomb of her father's family, name of Chesterton.
Perhaps I'll go have a look.
Oh, that gives us another place to check.
How long have you been Madame Dupre's private physician?
5 years, and I've been practicing medicine for the past 30. I still spend a couple of days a week treating patients at Riverview Asylum.
Oh, good. Maybe if you're lucky, he could be your doctor someday.
Oh, nice.
30 years is quite
Optimistic
a long time.
Bill.
You must have seen some incredible advances in the field of medicine.
I have, yes. I can only wonder how things will change with all this talk of ethericity. There's speculation it can be used to restore necrotic tissue and instantly heal broken bones, among other things. If you ask me, a good bloodletting will never go out of fashion.
Let's get the leeches.
Did you examine Madame Dupre after she reanimated?
Of course. Physically, she appeared to be in fine health aside from minor dehydration. I found no marks or bruising on her body. Mentally is a different story, however. She's remained in an unresponsive state ever since.
Do you have any opinions on what caused Madame Dupre to appear dead?
The most likely cause I can imagine is some sort of
I think that's
poison
what it is,
or
that she was
toxin.
poisoned.
What leads you to
I
believe
forget
Madame Dupre was
exactly.
poisoned?
The symptoms she experienced were consistent with prior cases of poisoning I've studied. And didn't the young man arrested have ties to some kind of black magic cult? There have been reported cases of these practitioners using poisons to make people appear dead, then commanding them to do their bidding. I recall reading about a man in the West Indies who was given tetrodotoxin, that's the toxic secretion from a pufferfish, declared dead and buried. He appeared alive in his village some 20 years later.
Doesn't that seem a bit far-fetched to you, Doctor?
Facts are facts, Mr. Fordham. Surely someone in your line of work can appreciate that.
But this is more rumor and hearsay, Doctor.
Those are all the questions I've got for now.
I hope I answered
I
them
know.
adequately.
Definitely Kiyozuki. I think the problem is I'm very bad at remembering the water plants, and
This fountain probably looked nicer.
I
when it
suppose
was
that's
working.
rich when
Right
I
now, it's just a
perfectly
breeding ground
remember
for
to feed my
mosquitoes.
cat and everything. But then again, Artemis is a lot more persistent than a plant would be.
Oh, hello. Are you the new servant?
No, I'm Miles Fordham. I'm a private investigator looking into your mother's attempted murder.
But yeah, I've
How did
usually
you
been
know
very
I was
bad
her
at
son?
keeping things watered, so
of
I usually
course. You
don't
must have sensed it
keep
with your
the plants going
detective's
well.
Intuition. I should have guessed by that giant head of yours.
He's drugged
Are
up.
you feeling all right, Mr. Montgomery?
Yes, I'm fine. Much better than when those pesky police officers were snooping around.
He's had the
earlier.
good stuff to calm
But
his
I like
nerves.
You, Mr. Fordham. I can already tell you're not like them at all. Please, call me Andrew.
Oh no.
Yes, well,
I know,
I'll have a
sometimes
look
it helps
around,
if
and
you
I
have
may
someone
need
else to
ask you
help
some questions.
remind
Do you
you.
think you can handle that?
I can. In fact, I really look forward to it.
If the good doctor gave him a mild sedative, I'd hate to see what the stuff you take would have done to him.
Let's find out. We can still get it and test.
Beautiful parrot. Must have cost the Dupre's a cool copper. Dupre looks like she's holding on to that poor bastard for dear life.
I have some questions for you.
Oh, goody.
What can you tell me about Madame Dupre?
She came back from the dead. I couldn't believe it. My mother, resurrected, just like Jesus.
Yes. I heard you're
You're
the
gonna
one
start
who
a new
accused Mr.
religion.
Martin of the crime.
Oh, no, I already talked to the police about that. I don't want to think about it right now.
How do you typically spend your days, Mr.
Definitely
Montgomery?
need to get
What are your
him some more
interests?
drugs.
Oh, a little of this and a little of that.
So basically,
Nothing as
he's
exciting as what
unemployed.
you do, I'm sure. Ooh, tell me, do most bad people start crying when you catch them? I'll bet it's a laugh riot to see them sobbing away.
No, Mr. Montgomery, most of them don't.
Well, that's a real shame, isn't it?
What can you tell me about your sister,
We need to
Juliet?
slap this Philip.
I'm reminded of a famous quote, Mr. Fordham. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Let us part on good terms and avoid the subject altogether, please.
That's a rather exotic bird you've got.
I like looking at him. He has such pretty colors, doesn't he?
That he does.
And the drugs make them change.
I've always wondered what he might taste like. Is that bad, do you think?
I really couldn't say, Mr. Montgomery. Thanks for your time.
You need some help,
No,
good sir.
thank you for yours.
That's true,
You
Kiyozuki.
won't be of any use in this state.
He's the high
If it takes
priest.
him as long to snap out of it as it takes you, we'll be waiting around here until noontime tomorrow. There has to be a way to bring him back to his senses. Maybe that quack outside knows something of use.
Who's a pretty bird?
Ray's a pretty bird.
Nice. I should give you a cracker.
Polly want a cracker?
No, thank you.
Pieces of 8?
Aye, matey.
Nice.
So long, Birdie.
Bye-bye.
I can't wait to see the papers with him starting this new religion. Oh, and because we spoke to
Pardon me, miss.
Juliet.
What? Who are you?
I'm Miles Fordham. I'm investigating the attempted murder of Madame
We should be able
Dupre.
to get her to
Oh,
trust
I'm sorry,
us.
sir, but I'm very busy. I can't help you.
Amelie, please. I need to know what you know about Madame Dupre.
What? How did you know my name?
Juliet told me about you.
Miss Juliet.
Yes, I spoke to her at the university. She mentioned you two were friends.
And she's more likely to
Yes,
trust us.
That's right. She's always been so good to me.
Look, Amelie, I'm just trying to get some information. And I have a feeling you can be very helpful if you'd just let me talk to you.
All right, fine. But do it as fast as you can.
And this will get us a little bit
Tell
more
me about Madame
information
Dupre.
to look
Oh,
for
I really shouldn't,
inside the
sir.
place.
It would greatly help my investigation if you did.
Madame Dupre was kind enough to hire me as her cook. It's hard to get jobs in the city. Lots of people want their servants to use those,
That's
those
true.
new machines. My sister's brother-in-law got half his leg blown off by one of those new ovens. He's lucky he wasn't killed. So I'm plenty happy working here doing real people's work. But Madam can be difficult sometimes.
Difficult? What do you mean by that?
No, I said enough.
What do you know about Madame Dupre's supposed death?
All I can tell you is that whoever did it really hated her.
Do you know Albert Martin, the man accused of the crime?
No, I'm sorry.
What can you tell me about
I think
Andrew?
she only gives us a little bit
He
of
ain't so bad.
information.
Kinda spoiled, but he mostly
About
cleans
Juliet.
up after himself. Has a whole private part of the house, but I think he only uses one room. Better for me, way less to clean.
Aha.
What do you know about Juliet?
She was always so kind to me and the others, but her mother don't like that one bit.
I think that's just the problem, that we
She
have
sneaks
a
down
bad
into the
reputation
kitchen
as
to keep me
coppers.
company some nights. Even though she's a good soul, I think part of her does it just to spite her mother.
Are you the only remaining servant here?
No, there's another one, Marcel. He's the new gardener. I haven't seen him in a few days, though. Not since before Madam's incident.
Thank you.
Oh, I think that's
appreciate your
important to
time.
note, because
You're welcome. Now, please, let me get back.
it'll come back to haunt us later. I think we'll find the gardener later. We definitely have to search through quite a bit of the house as well.
A much younger Madame Dupre. I suppose that's a nice alternative to a mirror.
Oh, Bill, you're so sassy.
It would appear that Madame Dupre was taking music lessons.
Her current predicament has probably put an end to that venture, though.
I think the piano is also important later.
Seems Madame Dupre fancies herself a poet.
Well, that was life-chinging.
For once in my life, I'm completely speechless.
Then perhaps I should take this with me and read it more often. Nah.
That's an old uniform, from the turn of the century by the look of it. This must be Madame Dupre's first husband. Kinda strange that she'd still keep his portrait in the bedroom. You've got some huge bags under your eyes, Miles. Reminds me of the case we had on that strange train.
Don't remind me.
Maybe go through the desk drawers.
Let's see if there's anything.
There's always
in these
something
drawers.
useful in desk drawers.
Damn, nothing but personal effects and more stationery.
Don't forget the first rule of detective work. If there's nothing useful inside, check underneath and between.
It was some pretty writing, but it's supposed to be
course.
very bad
Thanks for the
poetry.
reminder.
Now this is intriguing.
Oh, come on, petty theft is always good. Okay, I'm not gonna warn you again. Stay away from my daughter and my house, or I'll kill... It's like you. Choice and consequence.
Choice and consequence. Who in their right mind would write a book about that?
Ooh, Convent of the Damned and other short stories.
Now that one sounds interesting. I was always a fan of Bedletter's short stories. Doesn't appear to be very brief if there's 2 volumes of it. Wonder if anyone outside the family would find this even remotely interesting.
Oh, I think the family history
Doesn't appear to be very brief.
is useful later on.
I don't even want to know what that one's about.
Equestrian mesmerism? Aha! I
I
can
read that
finally
one last
learn how to
year.
hypnotize
If you
horses.
ever wanted to know the intimate details of a buffalo's anatomy, I highly recommend it. One of those melodramatic romances. I read it a while back, and I couldn't tell you a thing about it.
Okay, so that's the only thing on the bookshelves that we can use. However, we can go in here. I think one of them is Juliet's room, which lets us know about her apartment elsewhere.
Locked. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised.
That's okay, I'm pretty
I've
sure...
never seen so many beauty products together in one place. Doesn't look like they get used much, though.
I think this is Juliet's room. Except maybe... Oh, wait, no, I didn't want to leave. Unless, Andrew had the lights, patter in his nose a bit too much. Which is where he hides the drugs,
Let's have a look through
undoubtedly.
these papers. Aha, what's this?
Aha! A key! Dear Miss Montgomery, unfortunately, I've been informed of a series of burglaries in the neighborhood near the room you're renting from me at 76 Forest Lane. As a precaution, I've gone ahead and changed the locks. Please find and enclose a copy of your new key. I hope this doesn't cause you too much of an inconvenience. Yours, Lena Crestfell.
So, Juliet
Oh, it's
is renting a room with
1844.
LeChuck. That's certainly interesting. I can't wait to see what sort of dirty secrets she's got hidden away in there.
Aha! Dirty secrets! We can do this!
Well, someone's fancy. I never liked these types of beds much. They feel too claustrophobic.
I always thought they had a certain appeal myself.
Yes, you would think that about a bed that lets you shut out the rest of the world.
Okay, so papers, desk drawers. Always go through the desk drawers.
They're all empty. How unusual.
Not to mention disappointing.
I know, I am disappointed.
Nice little cottage. Looks like it would make a nice cozy spot to retire. If I hadn't already retired from life, that is.
Lock.
Yeah, the key doesn't work on that one either. I know.
Goodness, someone went overboard with the flowers. This brings back some memories, doesn't it?
Ones I'd rather forget.
Ooh, workstation.
Dr. Tennyson's Vigor Pills. These would make a sloth act like a hummingbird.
These should be useful.
Always take tweezers. Ooh, the leeches!
Is this really the best that medical science has to offer? A gentle reminder that everyone's time is slowly running out. It looks as though this folded piece of paper is being used as a bookmark. The science of pharmacology. I'm sure it's riveting stuff.
Okay.
I can only wonder what sort of potions Andrew concocts in this thing.
He's making medicinal stuff.
It must be a nice place to sit and listen to music. Oh, look! It's one of those new audio cylindergraphs. I can't quite wrap my head around how they can manage to get sound out of a wax cylinder.
Okay, so we can play the harpsichord if I remember right. That's my jam. Play the harp. Come on, Miles, you know you can do this. I think we have to try and talk to the doctor to make the pills so that we can... Ooh, drawers! More drawers!
This is my favorite part of detective work.
Nothing inside but a bunch of extra doilies.
How disappointing. Maybe you should steal one, just to spite Madame Dupre for not giving us any good clues.
Do it!
No, Bill.
You're no fun, Miles.
Come on, petty theft is worth it. Okay, so we have to talk to the doctor so we can make some more drugs for him. Well, Bill is very dead time, so I suppose yes.
Doctor, may I ask you a few questions?
Please be my guest.
May I ask exactly what kind of sedative you gave Andrew?
A simple tincture of laudanum. It's what I give all my nervous patients.
He seems a bit out of sorts.
Hot? Meat kettle.
It can have that effect, but it usually wears off in half a day or so.
Is there a way to bring him out of his condition sooner?
A stimulant would have the opposite effect, but I wouldn't recommend mixing the two. It could have potentially harmful effects on his heart.
Oh, of course. I wasn't planning on doing anything of the sort. I was just curious.
It's cute how you act like you have no experience in these matters. It's almost convincing.
Haha! Of course, Doctor.
Those are all the questions I've got for now.
I hope I answered them adequately.
No, he's not going to let us rest in peace. I think if you finish the game, then it'll put Bill to rest. But otherwise, he will continue to bug us throughout it. That is true. Isn't laudanum, like, mixed with, like, cocaine or... I always forget the exact stuff of laudanum. Even though it has that kind of old-timey 1800s kind of...
Science of pharmacology. I'm sure it's riveting stuff.
Okay.
I hope remembering what page they were on wasn't too important.
Looks like it's a letter for Andrew.
Close as the agreed-upon fee. I wouldn't be able to concentrate on exams without this help. Dr. Tennyson charges an obscene amount. Thank goodness for good people like you with home pharmacies. I'll look for them in the usual spot under the Weeping Angel. Joshua. Yeah, sorry to hear with your mother. I'll wait a few days before passing by. Oh, we don't even have to mix them. I think we have to go to the graveyard and then we'll get the pills for him. Yeah, because I think Coca-Cola originally had cocaine in it. There were some very wild stuff before things were regulated a lot more. Definitely for the better. Okay, so... Aha, we can go there. Let's go to the graveyard first.
Ah, St. Denis Cemetery. Best view in the city. It's just a shame none of the residents can enjoy it. I think I'm buried around here somewhere. Wonder how the old gravestone is doing these days.
Oh, I just gotta look for Bill's grave.
I don't know him. Must be a recent addition to the force. Well, at least he won't recognize you.
Good day to you, officer.
Good day, sir. How may I be of assistance?
Sure is a nice day to be walking around the cemetery, wouldn't you agree?
I guess, if you're into that sort of thing. Personally, the noise those bugs are making is starting to drive me crazy.
Would you mind letting me in the tomb, please?
Afraid I can't do that, sir. This tomb is currently part of a police investigation and ain't available for visits until further notice.
I think I saw someone being mugged at the front entrance.
Nice try, sir. but that's clearly a bunch of bull.
I can see the
You're just
entrance
trying
from
to
here.
get me to step away so you can go inside the tomb.
They see
What?
through it.
No, I would never do such a thing.
In any case, there's another officer stationed at the entrance, so if there
They've
was
seen through
somebody
my
being
bluff.
mugged, he'd see it for sure.
Well, at the very least, it's nice to see the department is hiring competent officers who aren't easily fooled.
Bill, this isn't a good time to have competent officers. We're supposed to be able to lure them away.
Looks like people have left markings and offerings in front of this tomb. You may think it's a silly superstition, but I wish you'd leave a bottle of Bollingworth at my grave every
It's
now and
like
then.
10:45 over here, Tatsuya. Okay, so we can't go there just yet. Because I think the actual
Is this
pills
someone's
are in the
room
actual
or a
tomb
jungle?
itself.
Quite a fascinating array of plants in here. Not to mention the machinery on the table.
Seems like Juliet is very interested in getting extra credit.
Called a dissertation,
I wonder
Bill.
what sort of fertilizer or growth tonic these plants are getting. Whatever it is, it's definitely working. That's quite the book collection. It almost puts Adelaide's to shame.
All impeccably cataloged and organized as well, which makes the two missing volumes stand out even more.
That's quite the...
Okay, so
Those are
two
the most
books are
vibrant
missing.
flowers we've seen in a while. I bet they smell extra strong.
Yes, they certainly do.
It's a good thing you're the one with the nose.
But it's you with the allergies, Bill. Okay.
Etheric pressure. What a bunch of nonsense. They're just doing what flies do best.
Push the button.
Oh, would you look at that? Etheric. I have no idea nor desire to know what purpose that thing has.
Well now, this is interesting.
Okay, flora, larger, more vibrant flowers. Root systems strengthen, increasing capacity to absorb nutrients. Okay, so that's how she's making the plants grow bigger. Brain is clearly affected, induce in a trance-like state. Also control lust, wings flap in predictable pattern. If animals with greater cognitive ability, including humans, are exposed to specific quantities of ethericity, they will go into a stupor, appearing unresponsive or dead. So
Just a bunch of technical
that
nonsense.
is the reason
You
why
can't
we
understand
could
a word of
accuse
it.
Juliet if we wanted to. Because that provides a means for which she could have done stuff to Madame Dupre. Okay, let's see. What's the next thing that we need to do? I think we have to ask Juliet about that we know her experiments. I think the only way you can mess up is if you, on the first case, is if you do...
Hello again, Miss Montgomery. Mind answering a few
If
more
you
questions?
ask
Hello, Mr. Fordham.
Albert
Not at
Martin's
all.
mother about voodoo too much. I know, that would be enough evidence to actually...
Do you know anything about ethericity, Miss
because he
Montgomery?
also did
You
not care for
surprised
her
me, Mr.
mother.
Fordham. I had no idea someone of your profession would know or care about something like that.
I've found that it pays to be open-minded.
To answer your question, yes, I am familiar with the theory of ethericity.
So it would
In
definitely
fact,
look
it's
pretty
recently become
damning.
a focus of my studies. Despite what the newspapers have been reporting, it's already possible to access it in small quantities from the air around us.
However, she's not the person.
No, my research has been purely theoretical. I don't have the means to do anything practical, I'm afraid.
I'm pressing X to doubt.
Dissembler? Her trousers are alight. I can't understand why Juliet might not want to make her research public, though.
What can you tell me about your brother?
Andrew, Mama's precious little boy. If you've met him, you pretty much know all you need to. He's had the whole world handed to him on a silver platter.
Silver platter
But
of
he's in for a
drugs.
rude awakening someday. Mother can only provide for him for so long.
I know, that is very specific information. Unresponsive, trance-light, dead state.
Miss Montgomery, please don't lie to me. I know you've been conducting experiments with ethericity. I've seen the room you're renting on Forest Lane.
What? But how?
I'm a detective lady. I wouldn't be very good at my job if I didn't find these things out.
I wouldn't be very good at my job if I didn't find things out, Miss Montgomery. Now please, drop the act and tell me about your experiments.
Fine. I've been researching etheric effects on living organisms. I'm planning on presenting my discoveries to the board once I make more progress. So far, I've managed to discover that plant growth is accelerated.
Hey, he's a drug dealer. It works.
It's given me quite
But
the
then again, he
advantage in
probably
cost.
shouldn't use his own
Isn't that
stash.
cheating?
You have no idea how difficult it's been for me to be taken seriously, Mr. Fordham. No matter how hard I tried, my work wasn't valued on its own merits by my peers or professors. I fought hard to get where I am. I wasn't about to lose all that just because some pig-headed idiots didn't think my best was good enough.
That sounds awfully familiar.
What about your notes on the effects of ethericity on animals?
Oh, those aren't complete. I haven't tested the effects on anything larger than flies. Those experiments were
Except
mainly
my
to satisfy
mother.
my curiosity, but they have little to do with my actual research.
Curiosity? Seems like a lot of effort to go to just to answer a question. But then, I never really understood these scientific types.
No more questions.
Everyone knows scientists
Then if you don't
shock their
mind, I have work
parents
to do.
to see what it does. Okay, so that would technically give us the means to accuse her if we wanted. I think this is where we need to have Adelaide help us to distract the guard.
Hey, Addie. Here I am.
Hello, Miles. So what's this big case Upton's got you on? Another missing pet?
A dog is
Only.
missing this time.
Gascoigne Grand Dame was attacked and almost interred alive.
You mean Madame Dupre? The one whose obituary
I suppose
was
so,
in the paper?
Kizuki.
The very same.
Goodness, that does sound serious. Tell me if there's anything I can do to help. I know you haven't been feeling your best lately.
You're always a help to me, Addie. Though I assure you I have this well in hand.
I certainly hope so.
Addie,
Yes, dear?
do you know anything about Madame Dupre?
I've read that the Dupreys are one of the few wealthy families that exclusively employ real people to serve. Rather commendable, don't you think?
Yes. It makes it even more baffling why she was attacked. Have you heard any gossip from your clients? Anything about who might have wanted to harm her?
Nothing. She's held in the highest regard by the other Grand Dames. If she had actually died, I'd have expected them to petition her canonization.
I'll let you get back to your book.
Oh, maybe not yet.
Let her read in peace for now.
Okay, so that... we're a little bit premature.
Have a lovely day, Addie.
Take care of yourself out there.
Because I remember that we get past that guard at the... Oh, I can't go back to her house. I guess we found everything we needed there. Okay, let's see. We can't go back there because there's nothing else to do other than get kicked out, which we can't do anymore. So we missed something at the Dupre Manor.
This fountain probably looked nicer when it was working. There's an angel on the fountain, but it doesn't look like it's weeping. This would probably be too risky a place to hide something anyway. This fountain
Well, it's weeping, then you know not to blink.
With her vast sums of wealth, Madame Dupre could probably feed a starving family for the next 30 years.
A platter of
She
drugs.
uses the money to
At
keep her
the
hedges trimmed.
oh, in this universe, a platter of drugs isn't okay. Perhaps. Okay, I have to remember where we put the drugs. Or if we can just give him the vigor pills.
The bottle is empty.
No, it's empty. How? Why?
I wonder. Decadent. A gentle.
Okay.
What in the ether is that thing supposed to be? Actually, I'd rather not know.
Quick, let's just give him the leeches.
Is this really the best? The science.
Okay, so then that gets us... Maybe if we ask Andrew about it, then he'll tell us where to find the drugs. Let us know where the drugs are, man. Otherwise we'll have to rough you up.
I have some questions for you. Oh, goody.
Oh, goody. Let me know where the drugs
I
are.
found this bottle of pills upstairs. Are they yours?
Yes, I take those from time to time when I'm feeling tired.
You seem to be out.
Yes, that is a pity.
Where do you usually acquire them?
Oh, they're available by mail order only. I'll have to remember to request some later.
Thanks for your time.
No, thank you for yours.
I am gonna smack you back awake. Yeah, the rum is always good. There's never the things that you need when you need them.
This quack hasn't gotten anything more for us to learn right now.
Ah, jeez.
This just goes to show you can't take it with you, so you might as well spend it all on a giant tomb.
Yeah, see, Bill got it all figured out.
Good day to you, officer.
Afraid I ain't got time for idle chat, sir. Please, move along.
Okay. Yeah, I think that under the Weeping Angel, I'm pretty sure at one point or another.
I've managed to survive the wild streets of New Britannia.
It's always nice to see you walk through that door.
Even when it was just 10 minutes ago, dear. Okay, then we have missed something. Because I think we need the Vigor pills to be able to get him out of this stupor so that we can then get to the next thing.
I'm heading out for now.
Don't work your...
Maybe we also need to let Upton know about something. She does provide some information here and there on your cases.
Go on, I'm listening.
At least before you accuse.
I wanted to go over the case with you.
Okay, what have you got?
Aha!
What do you know about Madame
Oh, I think
Dupree?
that's what it is. I had to ask her
I've
about
read
the
about
cemetery
her in the paper.
officer.
She's been married thrice, which I can empathize with, and she's extremely rich, which I can't.
What makes you think this Martin fellow is innocent?
The fact that the only evidence is the word of Dupre's son. I've seen this sort of thing thousands of times, and I'm sure you did too. They're just looking for a scapegoat. You're the only person I know who can put it right.
Upton's intentions are noble, but she has to realize this is just a drop in the ocean.
Well, we will be the drop
I
in
seem
the
to have hit a
ocean.
roadblock. There's an officer posted at
There
Dupre's
it
family
is.
tomb, and he won't let me in.
Makes sense. Who's the officer?
I've never seen him before. He's young, has a small scar over his left eye, and a distinct Dixie accent.
Ah, yes, that would be Officer Grant. He's only been with the department for about 2 months. I don't know a lot about him, but he's already got the reputation for being the type of policeman who'd go out of his way to help old ladies cross the street. Typical Southern gentleman, it seems. Perhaps you can use that
Yeah,
to
so
your advantage?
that's how we use Adelaide to be able to help us.
Madame Dupre's
However, it doesn't
son
go
isn't
as
being
much
very
as we...
helpful.
Is he refusing to talk?
More like incapable. The family doctor has him pretty well drugged to the gills. I need to find some way to perk him up.
Well, you know, we are in a coffee house.
I have a feeling it will take something a touch more powerful than coffee. That's enough about the case for now.
Okay.
There
That's
we
it, I
go.
think.
So that was what we
Then
needed,
you'd
so
better
we
get
could
back
actually...
to it.
So I think from there, then we can talk to Adelaide now, and then she'll help us. Yeah, helping out ladies. That is highly suspicious. Alright.
Addie?
Yes, dear?
I was wondering if you could do me a favor.
What is it?
There's an officer posted in front of Madame Dupre's family tomb, and I need to get a look inside. Could you use your wiles and
Haha,
charm
wiles and
to distract
charm.
him?
My wiles and charm,
Well, you are irresistible, darling. I'm sure he wouldn't turn away a lady in need. Say you've gotten lost in the cemetery and ask him to show you the way out.
Should we really be tricking a police officer like that?
There's no harm in it, and I won't be but a moment inside. It's in a good cause.
All right, let's go then. Excuse me, officer. I was wondering if you could help me?
What do you want?
I seem to have gotten all turned around. Do you have any idea how to get to the front gate?
My suggestion would be to turn around and head back the way you came.
Yes, I've tried that, but I seem to just be going in circles. Perhaps you could point me in the right direction?
Stop right there. That's quite enough from you.
I beg your pardon?
Don't think I can't tell what your game is. You're trying to lure me away from here and into some alley where your gang of Sambos is gonna rob me blind. Exactly how many of them have you got lying in wait for poor, unsuspecting fools you bring them?
Just one.
Sock him
He
good.
doesn't appreciate you talking to his wife that way.
You know, Miles, sometimes I forget how absolutely delightful it is to watch you lose your head.
Miles, was that really necessary?
I'm
He
sorry,
had it
Abby.
coming.
You know how I get
He
with
had it
people whose
coming.
minds are full of that rubbish.
Let's just get
He
him out
is.
of sight
It
before
is the
this lands both of
1800s.
us in jail. That bush over there should work.
Let's just put him in the bushes.
I have to say, I wasn't expecting assaulting a policeman to be on today's activity list.
It'll be fine. When you're on the force as long as I was, you can pretty much get away with murder.
Well, it's been fun, but I need to take my wiles and charm over to my appointment with Mrs. Lefebvre. I'll see you at home later, dear. Try to stay out of trouble.
Don't assault any more police officers. Aha! Weeping Angel.
What a dramatic statue. I'm rather surprised no one has defaced it. Hang on. You don't suppose this is...
It is. Give me the drugs. Give me the drugs, man.
Surprise! A hidden compartment with a stash of pills inside. Seems Mr. Montgomery has a little business on the side.
Who would use your family tomb as a drug spot? That seems a little bit, I mean, does seem a little bit overly dramatic. What if you give them, like, the too strong of a stuff and then they, like, OD and it's just, like, rest in peace, just right there?
That nest is full of eggs. But where's the mother bird?
Perhaps she abandoned it.
Yeah.
Always
Quick, sock him.
Aren't you, Miles? This must be what was going to be Madame Dupre's final resting place.
I don't see anything inside.
What? Were you expecting a note from her attacker?
No, but I was hoping for some kind of clue at the very least.
I'll get you next time, Madame Dupre.
These crypts are reserved
Next
for
time.
future generations of Chestertons to rot in.
There are only 3 left.
Then let's hope the Chestertons aren't opposed to spending eternity cozied up to one another.
Dale Chesterton, 1795 to 1843. A good man. Rest in peace.
That is actually true, Kiyozuki.
Sarah Chesterton.
Still, it does seem a bit,
1784 to
overly
1812.
morbid.
I told you I was sick.
I told you I was sick. That's great.
1823 to 1844. Taken too soon. Rest ye with the angels. William Arthur Chesterton, 1770 to 1837.
Yeah, F,
Gone,
just
but
F.
never forgotten.
That'd be the great epitaph.
Douglas Chesterton, 1791 to 1840. Good riddance.
Oh, he must not have been liked.
Jane Scott Chesterton, 1746 to 1815. Ab Eterno. Desmond Chesterton, 1745 to 1810. Strong in life, stronger in death.
You strike him down, he'll become more
John
powerful than you
Patrick
ever
Chesterton,
know.
1740 to 1825. Patriarch, leader, family man.
Okay, so then that allows us to drug him. We do need to come back to this tomb later, if I remember right. Let's see, Dupre Manor. Give him his stash. Take these pills.
I have some
Take
questions
all of
for you.
them.
Oh, goody. You'll never believe what I found in your family's tomb. Oh? Was it a ghost?
And I arrested the ghost.
No, it was these vigor pills. You wouldn't happen to know how they got there, would you? I see you really are good at your job, aren't you, Mr. Fordham?
Haha.
Look, Andrew, I'm in no mood for games.
Now take these pills and tell me all the stuff. Just be quiet and take one of these pills. That actually might be the one. So I think he won't tell us anything if we go with highly illegal.
Just be quiet and take one of these pills.
I suppose one would help. Thank you.
Hey, welcome back, Iceberg.
My goodness, I always forget how fast those pills work. My heart is racing.
Haha,
You
we've
said
killed
my
a
questions,
person.
Didn't you? Well, go on, ask them already. We mustn't waste any more time.
Well, That seems to have done the trick. I just hope we haven't doomed him to a heart attack.
Necessary casualties, Bill. You want company in the afterlife,
Tell
after
me
all.
about Madame Dupre.
I can't believe anyone would be so cruel as to do what that wretched bastard Martin did to her. Mother is kind and generous, and everyone loves her. She's even good enough to hire actual people to do the housework. Not many wealthy families do that, you know. They just use automated machines or hire servants to operate the manual ones.
How do you typically spend your days, Mr. Montgomery? What are your interests?
I study pharmacology at the university. I'll be graduating next year if all goes well.
So he is a drug
I
dealer.
just hope Mother has recovered enough by then to understand what's going on. She and Jean were so proud of me when I started university. I'd be so disappointed if she couldn't see me finish.
I take it Jean is your stepfather.
He is. Mother married him 5 years after my father
Oh, that's right,
died
because
of
we haven't talked to
consumption.
the stepfather yet.
My
We have to go
condolences.
find him.
Do you have a good relationship with him?
Not terribly. Truth is, I hardly ever see him. In fact, before the funeral, I hadn't seen him at all this month.
Where is he now?
I don't know for certain, but it seems likely he's at his hunting cabin.
That's
Hunting
right,
cabin.
because he gives us
Yes,
the way
he
for the
often goes
hunting
there.
cabin.
It's his way of leaving polite society behind and spending time with his thoughts.
Hey, those sideburns are the
Considering
part of
what
his
Mother
new
just went
religion.
through, well, I would guess that's where he's gone. Although, to be honest, I don't know why he's not here with Mother in her time of need.
Why do people run away from their problems instead of facing them? Why, Miles?
Do you know where this cabin is?
Afraid not. I don't share his passions, so I never cared much to accompany him on
Oh,
his
dang it.
outings.
Of course he doesn't know. Maybe Juliet knows.
What can you tell me about your sister,
But I think that
Juliet?
points us in the right
Ah,
direction.
Juliet, smart as a whip and just as forgiving. She's a fighter, that one.
Yeah, they're
Despite
all
being
gonna
the
die of
only
natural
woman in her
causes.
class, she's managed to rank at the top.
Impressive.
I only wish Mother was more accepting of Juliet going to university. But you don't want to hear about boring family matters, I'm sure.
Oh, but family matters are my favorite. It's always so reassuring to know how much worse off everyone else is.
What exactly were the circumstances leading up to your mother's supposed death?
A few days ago, I arrived home from school and found her collapsed on the floor. She wasn't breathing, so I immediately contacted Dr. Fellows. He examined her and pronounced her dead. We were all completely shocked. I was devastated. She'd been in fine health. In fact, she'd just been out riding that
Bill
morning.
is always part of the
You can imagine
conversation.
our surprise at the funeral when she sprang back to life.
You can't force Bill out of the conversation.
What's your relationship with the servants like?
Relationship? I don't have one with them. They're servants. Mother always made it clear that they weren't part of the family, just help. We've only got 2 on staff right now, though, the kitchen girl and the gardener.
How is it you know Albert Martin?
He works at the greenhouse where my sister Juliet does her research. The 2 of them were involved romantically, and Mother didn't like that at all. I heard their fights. They were ghastly.
What exactly made you suspect he was the one responsible for what happened to your mother?
Well, I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? His mother's a notorious voodoo witch. Those people do all sorts of awful things to our kind. It's all out of spite, you know. He knew Mother disapproved of his relationship with Juliet, so he plotted to get rid of her.
Farewell, bot.
So, you're running some kind of pill business.
Unfortunately,
inside.
Miles can't banish Bill
I'm
so
providing
easily.
a service, Mr. Fordham. Not everyone in this life is as lucky as I am. People
Here it
pay
is.
top crown for luxuries like airship tickets and social club memberships. Medicine should be affordable to all. Dr. Tennyson has a patent on the energy pill formula and thus a monopoly on the market. That means he can charge whatever he wants. Students use these kinds of pills all the time, you know. Academic rigors can be overwhelming, and concentrating can be difficult without help sometimes.
Yeah.
Skills
There's
and the
not too much,
if I can replicate the formula, help my fellow
there's
students,
not too much
and
conversation,
sell them at
so
a
it's
much
kind of
more
easy to keep up
reasonable
with it.
price, why shouldn't I?
And it's much
There's the
harder
fact
during
that what
Hall
you're
Night
doing is
tights.
illegal.
Oh, you're starting to sound just like Mother. And just because it's illegal doesn't mean it's immoral. I can think of plenty of examples where the opposite is true.
You're probably the most altruistic person I've met all month.
The sad part is it's true.
That's a rather exotic bird you've got.
Yes, Ray is nice when he's quiet. But get him started and it's tough to shut him up.
Who trained him?
I think he already knew some phrases when Mother bought him. She's managed to teach him a few new ones, though.
Thanks for your time.
My pleasure.
Okay, so I think that leads us back to Juliet. But I know the parrot is useful for something else.
Who's a pretty bird?
Quack! Ray's a pretty bird.
Polly want a cracker?
No, thank you. Quack!
Pieces of 8?
Bye, matey. Quack!
Oh, that
So
still
long,
gets us
birdie.
the same things. Okay, so it's back to Juliet, and I think that might push us towards the cabin, because we have to speak with her stepfather to be able to get the full story. You'll let Bill off with a warning? You can't find the dead.
Hello again, Miss Montgomery. Mind answering a few more questions?
Hello, Mr. Fordham. Not at all.
Is there anything you can tell me about your stepfather, Jean?
He's a kind man. I don't really see him too often. He seemed rather upset at Mother's funeral, but I can't help but wonder if he feels the same way as I do about her death.
What do you mean?
Just that I get the distinct impression that he and Mother's marriage isn't as perfect as they'd like it to appear.
I'm starting to sense a trend here.
Your brother told me that Jean enjoys hunting. Do you know where his cabin is?
Yes, it's in Fenton Swamp. I went out there with him a few times, but I didn't really enjoy it. Frankly, the place is rather grotesque.
No, you can't find Bill.
Trophies staring at you with their cold, dead eyes. Plants are much nicer to have around. Anyway, if you take the main road through the swamp about 1.5 miles, you'll come upon a small dirt path that goes northeast.
Juliet
Take
is
that until you
helpful.
see a small cabin on the left.
Very
That's
helpful.
it.
Thank you for the information, Miss Montgomery. No more questions for now.
Then if you don't mind, I have work to do.
And now, we can start getting more story. Gun is
Hello?
missing.
Is anyone here?
Strange of Dupre to leave the door unlocked. Maybe it means he'll be returning soon. One of the guns is missing. Jean must be out using it currently.
Just help us sell some
Let's see if
whiskey.
Jean has anything interesting in here.
Not very much, except a letter.
Ooh, dear Jean, thank you so much for your help. To think that Mother would try and have me withdrawn from my studies is just unbelievable. Don't worry. I won't tell her you made the university change their minds. One attempt to ruin a life is quite enough. Juliet. See, that would also be pretty damning, because that would give her a real motive.
Who the hell are you? What are you doing in my cabin?
Jean Dupre, I presume?
For
that's right.
for accusing
Who are
Juliet.
you?
Miles Fordham, private investigator. I'm looking into the attempted murder of your wife.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course.
He goes like, I did it. Then shoots you.
Startled me.
Perfectly understandable, Mr. Dupre.
This is a man whose bark is most definitely worse than his bite.
That would be a pretty good thing. They're just like, yeah, it was me. Boom. Okay, you have a great night, Alec. Thanks for stopping by.
Can we talk, Mr. Dupre?
I suppose so. Yes.
What can you tell me about Madame Dupre?
Oh, my dear wife. The past few days have been just awful for all of us.
He sounds very broken
Yes,
up.
I can imagine. How long have you been married?
For 7 wonderful years. Laura and I are just as much in love now as we were on the day we married.
Lord, does he actually expect anyone to believe that nonsense?
You'll pardon me for being so frank, Mr. Dupre, but why are you out hunting and not at your wife's side?
Excuse me? Who are you to lecture me on my marriage?
A fellow married man, that's who. Your wife has just suffered a very traumatic ordeal. Shouldn't you be at home caring for her?
But with all the confusion at the house, with the police investigating and her being attended to by her doctor, I just needed to get away for a bit. Surely you can understand, Mr. Fordham.
There's something off about this guy, Miles. He's definitely hiding something. And for once, I don't think
Yeah,
it's from his
what a
wife.
nice French accent.
Do you know anything about the circumstances surrounding Madame Dupre's death?
Horrible. Simply horrible.
Do you have any idea why Mr. Martin might have attempted to kill her?
Mr. Martin? You mean the boys they arrested? Andrew said it's because Martin and his mother are witches who prey on the well-to-do. You only need to take one look at him to see his trouble. It's a shame they put him away so quickly.
I'd have liked to teach him a lesson or two, believe you me.
Yeah, right. A lesson on how to cower in the corner, most likely.
Bill is so sassy.
I suppose it goes without saying that you enjoy hunting, Mr. Dupre?
Yes, I do. I consider myself something of an outdoorsman, you see. It's nice to be able to go out and get some fresh air after being sat at the bank all day.
What about your home life?
Truth be told, I'm not at home as often as I'd like to be. I've been trying to make more time, but something usually comes up. Business is business, after all.
But what business are we talking about here exactly?
He does the most dangerous game where he lures other bankers out into the woods and then shoots them. And then they just says they never showed up.
What can you tell me about your stepchildren?
Andrew and Juliet? I see a bright future ahead for both of them.
Actually would make for a
What's
pretty
your
good story
relationship
for a
with them like?
banker.
It's fine. Why do you ask?
I got the distinct impression from both of them that they hardly ever see you.
Well, yes, I suppose that is true. We don't spend much time together. But they're both so busy with school, I don't want to get in their way. Not to mention my job keeps me away from home for considerable periods of time.
Excuses. I get the feeling Mr. Dupre avoids his family on
That
purpose.
would be an interesting job.
Do you know anything about Madame Dupre trying to get Juliet taken out of her classes at the university?
Yes. Laura didn't approve of her daughter's desire to
Like, that would be a
further
really
education.
interesting murder
So,
thing to
she sent a
follow,
letter
to
the
explore.
university requesting Juliet's withdrawal. I didn't approve of her trying to meddle in Juliet's affairs. If she wants to study, she should be free to do so. I wrote them a letter myself, without Laura's knowledge, telling them to disregard the previous request for withdrawal.
That's very good of you.
Yes, well, I dislike seeing people being told what they can and can't do by others.
Yet, he seems perfectly willing to employ servants at his home. Well, I suppose we're all hypocrites in one way or another.
I'll be going now.
Au revoir, Mr. Vaudin.
Okay, so that gets us a little bit further.
Some high society type in the middle of a hunt. I don't understand.
But we have to find some more stuff about Madame Dupre to be able to ask Jean and the others about that.
Satchels, boxes, and other assorted boring things for hunting.
Which, if I remember right, I forget if it's the tomb. A torn letter. My house or I'll kill you myself. If I remember right, there was a torn letter in here that was why
Celine.
we need the tweezers, but I don't think we can find it just yet.
I have to admit, it's a fairly ingenious hiding spot.
Okay, so it's awfully nice that that police officer doesn't come back. I think we might have to talk with Amelie to be able to find out more.
Amelie?
Yes? What is it? We mustn't be seen talking.
Anything you can tell me about Jean?
I hardly ever see him. Only at dinner. He's scared of Madam, and so he finds any reason to get out of the house
I
and
think
stay
that's
away
what it
as
is.
long as he can.
Scared of her?
Oh, it's true. You should see him when they're in private, like a shamed puppy that dirtied the carpet.
Interesting.
Do you have any idea why Jean is so afraid of Madame Dupre?
If he's seen the same things we have, then yes.
What kind of things?
No, I spoke out of turn. Forget I said anything.
Amelie, listen to me. A potentially innocent
That's
man's
exactly-
life is on the line. If I don't find out who attacked Madame Dupre, he's as good as dead. So if there are any facts or details you know that I don't, you need to tell me.
I can't.
You can. I'm not with the police. If Madame Dupre did something wrong, I'm not going to look the other way. Trust me, I'm on your side.
Okay, and I think that
Madam
points us.
beats the servants.
There it
I
is.
think she even does it for fun. I hear the screams sometimes. I don't know how anyone else in the family doesn't. Maybe they do and just ignore it. I don't know. But if Mr. Dupre knows what she do, it explains why he's so scared of her.
Did Madame Dupre ever abuse you?
No, I was lucky, but some of the others weren't.
Like who? I need details on
which also provides
old gardener, Guy Dumas, and one of the maids.
provides us with some of the
I
reasons
so
as to
battled
why
what
she was
happened to them the
attacked.
most. Don't know what they did to deserve it, but I would see her walk by in a rage, whip in one hand and a book in the other.
Probably a Bible.
Oh, I don't know. I can't read, so I don't know what it said on the cover. But it's the same color as the stew spice I always use. Don't know what she used it for, but she always had it with her, just before a beating.
Maybe she'd recite them some of her terrible poetry. I'm sure that was torture enough.
Dang it, Bill. Okay, so which was the color? The stew spice.
Tell me more about Guy and Celine.
They were deeply in love with each other. I used to hear them talk about how they wanted to run away.
So that
together.
provides us with the motive
What
as to
happened to
why
them?
I don't
Madame
know.
Dupre was
One day
attacked.
they were here, and then one day they weren't.
Do you think Madame Dupre may have done something to them?
I couldn't say for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if she had. Please, let's not talk about this anymore.
Thank you, Amelie. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Now please, let me get back
And
to
I
work.
think that's all that we need from her to be able to solve this stuff.
Certainly no shortage of bowls or food preparation items around here. Looks like the type of spices you'd use in a stew. Most likely paprika
Okay,
or
reds
turmeric.
or oranges.
Nice variety of reds and oranges.
And I think that provides us...
Yeah, looks like gumbo's on the menu tonight. I wonder how it compares with Upton's special recipe.
So the red or oranges are the ones that I think are the... Because we'll now need to check the books in her room again, and I think that provides us with more stuff. Oh, it's the red book. Choice and consequence.
Well, this should be the book Amelie mentioned.
Haha!
Well, what have we here?
No.
A whip, and it has dried blood on it. How ghastly.
This house is just full of secrets, isn't it?
Oh, jeez. I think we have to show that to John to be able to have him tell us the full story. At which point, when we can find more out. That leads us, I believe, to the person who
Mr.
did drug
Fodham,
her.
You're back.
Can we talk, Mr. Dupre?
I suppose so. Yes.
If we wanted to be cruel, we could go back to Amelie and show the bloodied whip to her, but
Do you fear
she doesn't
your wife,
react very
Mr.
well.
Dupre?
Do I... what?
The question's quite simple. Are you afraid of Madame Dupre?
Why in the east would you think that?
Okay. You're clearly afraid of your own shadow.
I'd be afraid of someone who kept a bloody whip in my bedroom. Care to explain that?
I...
Yeah, we needed that, the whip, to actually...
You don't know her like I do. No one does. Well, no one aside from the servants, I suppose. She's cruel, Mr. Fodham. Crueler than anyone or anything I've ever seen.
Tell me more about Madame Dupre's cruelty.
She treats the servants like animals, Mr. Fodham. She would say the most vile, awful things to them. Things I would expect to hear on the Gascon docks, not from the lips of a grande dame. And the beatings. Oh, God. The screams I would hear from somewhere in the house. I never dared find out where.
Nobody else ever heard the screaming?
No. She was cunning. She would do it when no one else was around. Once she knew I had heard, she threatened me. Told me she would...
Yes?
She threatened to expose my secret, Mr. Fodham.
And what secret is that?
Our marriage is one of convenience. It's all for show. Laura has herself a well-to-do husband, and I am a normal man in the eyes of society.
Ah.
I see. I suppose that would explain a few things.
Definitely explains all the
Now,
hunting.
how is that not obvious to you? The soporific is really having a bad effect on you.
Don't worry,
That's
Mr. Dupre.
true.
Your secret's safe with me.
Thank you, Mr. Fodham.
Tell me what you know about Guy Dumas and Celine.
And it also explains the leverage that she had over him.
Accident.
What kind of accident?
Laura thought Celine had been stealing her silverware. She got a bit carried away with a beating, and...
Dupre killed Celine?
Yes, she did. In order to keep it quiet, she had Celine placed in our family too.
Oh, and we saw this clip. Mark Celine.
What about Guy?
I don't know. I never saw him again after that.
Well, this case has certainly taken a turn for the sinister.
I'll be going now.
Au revoir, Mr. Vodam.
And that's also provides the motive as to why she was attacked. Very much why she was attacked. Okay. I don't know. I want to load. I think you can mess up if you try to pull it out without the tweezers.
Celine, 1823 to 1844. Taken too soon.
That is definitely one way to hide a murder.
Wait, this is Celine, the maid. Somehow a piece of paper got wedged into the side of the vault.
Okay, use tweezers on the paper.
Carefully now. Got it! Nice work, Fordham. Now to see what this is.
She will pay for what she did to you, my
Leaving
love.
notes for the dead. How very touching. I wonder if anyone has left me one at my grave.
Not likely,
Well, I
Bill.
need to think. We know this note is likely from Guy. Now we just need to figure out where to find him.
Is there anything on the other side of that piece of paper?
Bill, you're a genius.
I wouldn't give me all the credit just yet.
Let's see, a receipt for an extended stay at the Stun Arms. Does that sound familiar at all?
Vaguely. But I can't recall anything off the top of my head.
Of course, the half
like
of
we'll
it's
have to do a
ripped
bit more
off.
searching.
I think we can get Upton to tell us and give us a good hint as where Guy is. And that provides us with the rest of the story by talking to Guy. Because if I remember right, it's technically that Guy is the one responsible for it. But you can try to also expose Madame Dupre for the cruelty. Which seems to be the best outcome.
Can we talk?
We're almost at the end of the case.
I wanted to go over the case with you.
Okay, what have you got?
I found this note in the Chesterton tomb. I think it was left by the person who...
I had done this
Madame
case
Dupre.
like a year or
Nice
so
work.
ago.
Sounds like you're about ready to wrap things up.
I will be as soon as I find him. Take a look at the other side of it.
Part of a receipt for a hotel?
Yes, but the name is only partially
No,
visible at
no,
the bottom.
but it's very
Stun
similar to
Arms.
Gabriel Knight.
Hmm.
If you've ever... Oh, did
The
you
only
ever
hotel
play
that comes to
Gabriel
mind
Knight's
is
Sins
the
and the
Boston
Father,
Arms in Chumley.
Iceberg?
Of course! I knew the name sounded familiar. The stories I could tell you about that place. Not right now, of course.
You're helpful as always.
Because,
Upton.
yeah,
Thank you.
the graphic style for the conversations is exactly like that.
That's enough about the case for now.
Okay,
That's it, I think.
then
I
you'd
might have
better
to,
get back
at some
it.
point, play Gabriel Knight. I only played the first two. And again, as an adult. Although I did see the second game, which was full motion video. It didn't help that the small... Oh... Yeah, it didn't help that the first time that I saw the second game was the full motion video part where, you know, you're in the woods with the werewolf. And then my mother messed up and got killed by the werewolf. Great thing to see when you're like, you know, a small child. Good times.
Who is it?
Even though now it's, one of the things is like, when you're an adult, it's like, how could this thing scare you? It's like very bad CGI stuff. Okay.
I'm Miles Fordham, a private investigator. It's extremely important I speak with you, Mr. Dumas.
Private investigator. What do you want?
Just to talk. May I come in?
Yes, I suppose so.
I found your note in St. Denis Cemetery. Care to explain what it means?
How did you...
I'm a private investigator, Mr. Dumas. That's what I do.
Everyone
Now, we can either do
underestimates
this
the private
easy way or
investigators.
the hard way. It's up to you.
I left that note for Celine. I didn't think anyone would ever find it.
So it was you who attacked Madame Dupre?
Yes. Yes, it was me. I confess.
I can't remember the last time a suspect actually confessed. If only they were all like this.
But please, Mr. Fordham, you have to understand. The woman is evil. If only you knew what she did. Please, don't arrest me, Mr. Fordham.
You have to know the truth about Madame Dupre.
Relax, Mr. Dumas. I'm not going to arrest you just yet. I'm perfectly willing to hear your side of the story. Now let's take this nice and slow.
It's a pretty interesting game, though.
What can you tell me about Madame Dupre?
But it is a Sierra game,
She
so there's
seemed like
plenty
a
of
nice
ways
woman
for
at first,
yourself to
but
get
after
killed.
working for her, I came to know how awful she truly was. When no one was around, she would beat me and some of the other servants for fun, say the most cruel things, call us horrible names.
Why didn't you just leave?
She threatened us, told us she would make it impossible for us to get work anywhere else. It's already difficult enough getting a job that doesn't force you to operate those awful machines. To be blacklisted by Madame Dupre would have been the final nail in the coffin.
How did you come to be employed by Madame Dupre?
I used to work in an iron factory in Chomley, but a few years ago, they brought in some steam machines to help production. One of the machines had a problem, and my friend Connor and I were assigned to fix it. We had no idea what we were doing, but we wanted to keep our jobs. I don't know what happened, but the next thing I knew, Connor was dead, and I was badly hurt. I swore never to go near one of those machines again. After I got better, I spent a few months looking for work, but it was impossible to find any jobs that didn't involve steam tech. Then I found out about Madame Dupre. Working at her home seemed like an improvement. I had a decent bed.
I get the feeling that there would still be difficult. It would be easy to explain that away, Kyusuke.
Tell me about Celine.
Oh, my dear Celine. She was the most beautiful thing I ever saw.
I don't know. It's always one of those things where it's very difficult to.
Killed her. She beat her to death in front of me.
It would probably be difficult to actually be taken seriously or be able to actually with someone that's rather rich and has a good bit of influence.
No. Who is that?
He's Juliet's lover, falsely accused of the crime you committed.
I had no idea.
Are you going to let an innocent man die because of what you did?
No,
I know, it's...
No, of course not.
Definitely.
Suppose things got out of hand. It was not my intention.
I don't know. It's always one of those kind of tough situations where it doesn't seem like it would actually
why did you attack
be
Madame
easy
Dupre
to
in the way you did?
I knew that if I went to her home
such.
and killed her, I would be caught and thrown in jail. I needed to find a way to do it quietly and not make anyone suspicious. Also, I wanted her to suffer for what she did to my Celine. I had read about toxic plants in Juliet's schoolbooks, and I knew a bit about them from working as a gardener. So I decided to poison Dupre and make her appear dead so she could be buried alive and suffer the same way she made us when she would lock us away in her secret room.
Did you say secret room?
Yes, Mr. Fordham. It was no bigger than a coffin. She would place us inside if she was especially mad at us.
That probably
No
is
food,
also the
no
case,
water,
Apollo.
Sometimes for days at a time. We couldn't scream because she would stuff our mouths. She would also plug our ears and cover our faces.
How often did she put you in there?
Only a few times, but that was more than enough. I'd rather not think about it.
So you have no idea where it is?
None. I only remember Madame Dupre would say the same thing any time she was about to put someone in there. A perfect servant must behave. I've told you everything, Mr. Fordham. Are you still going to arrest me?
I haven't quite decided yet, Mr. Dumas. If I can find this secret room, it would be enough to charge Madame Dupre with a crime. However, if you haven't been telling me the truth...
I have been, Mr. Fordham. I swear it. I'll even make you a deal. If you promise me you'll try to find the secret room, I won't leave this hotel.
All right, Dumas. It's a deal.
Well, at least now we can go straight to Upton and have him taken. Unless you really do believe him about the secret room.
Man, Bill. That's pretty cold.
That's all for right now.
I know,
I'll
it
be
is
back.
kind of surprising.
Yes, Mr. Fordham. I'll be here.
But now we have to try and find the secret room. Which, if I remember right, the phrase is what we give to the parrot, and that gives us what we need.
A perfect servant must behave.
And now you'll taste an early grave. Me sofa, Ray. In the middle, see?
So long, Birdie.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so if I remember right, it's with the harpsichord that we have to play Mi Sofa Re is the 4 notes. Unfortunately, I don't know the notes very well. Let's see. E, G, F, D. Yeah, definitely by rule and by fear, that you just get to where people don't even want to try. Okay, E. There it is.
That seems to have done something.
And there's the gardener.
Dear God!
This does not look good. He's dead. You should inform Dr. Fellows about this right away.
It seems Guy was telling the truth after all.
Yes, it would probably be a good idea to let him know of this development.
A very good idea indeed. So now we did everything in the Dupre manner.
Guy?
Yes?
I found the secret room you told me about.
You see? I wasn't lying.
No, you certainly weren't. There was someone inside. A man.
No. Who?
I'm not sure, but I can only assume it was one of Madame Dupre's servants.
Was he alright?
I'm afraid not. He was dead. Dr. Fellows
So it's a
confirmed
side
it was due to
effect.
asphyxiation.
Madame Dupre must have
He
put
ended
it
up
in there
killing
before I
me.
drugged her. And then, with everything that's happened, she didn't let
jeez.
him out in time. Oh my God. It's my fault he's dead. If only I'd known.
The circumstances are quite unfortunate, Mr. Dumas. However, this has shed a new light on Madame Dupre and her cruel practices. I can't say for certain that you were justified in your actions, but I am a bit reluctant to say you were completely at fault. But the bottom fact is that Mr. Martin has been falsely accused of this crime.
So it leads
If I
to a
were to let
rather
you go,
difficult
you would be punished
situation.
in your place. Unless...
Yes?
I'm going to need you to write me a letter, Mr. Dumas.
I don't know,
Of course,
Iceberg.
Mr. Fordham. Anything to take care of this mess.
Good. Hopefully now this whole grim affair can be brought to an end. That's all for right now, but I'll be back.
Yes, Mr. Fordham. I'll be here.
So that gives us enough things to solve the case. And, let's see. We'll put... So that we can now go to Upton and be able to give her our conclusion and our evidence. Haha, finally at the end.
Can we talk?
Go on, I'm listening.
I think I'm ready to wrap this case up.
Woohoo!
Okay, who's your prime suspect?
Oh, so we didn't get all the stuff to be able to accuse Juliet. Okay, so we're going to acquit so that we can accuse Madame Dupre.
It was Guy Dumas, a former servant at Dupre Manor. He used toxic plants to drug Madame Dupre so she appeared dead, which he learned about from her daughter's schoolbooks.
But if we had done some
What was
other
his
stuff,
motive?
we would have been able to accuse Juliet
That's the thing.
and Albert
I've learned
Martin.
that Madame Dupre is extremely cruel to her servants. She regularly beats them, and even has a secret room no bigger than a coffin where she places them as punishment. I discovered this secret room and found a dead servant inside. He had died from asphyxiation.
My God.
A few months ago, Madame Dupre beat Guy's lover Celine to death. He wanted revenge and intended to make Madame Dupre suffer the trauma of being interred alive.
I see.
It's just poetic justice gone
Constance,
wrong.
I don't think Dumas should be arrested for his crime. He doesn't deserve it. Madame Dupre, however...
Yes, I see what you're saying, and I agree, but what about Mr. Martin?
I got a signed confession from Mr. Dumas. You can see the handwriting matches this note I found in the cemetery. That should be enough to release Mr. Martin, as well as giving Guy a head start in his escape from the city.
It's gonna be tricky getting the department to look into this, but with the proof you've gathered, it should work. Excellent investigating, Fordham. I knew you still had it in you. And of course, I'll dip into the department's Good Samaritan fund to get you proper compensation for your work.
Haha, money!
Now, go home to your wife. I'm sure I'll have something else for you to look into fairly soon.
Good evening. I'm looking for Madame Laura Dupre.
This is Madame Dupre. I am her personal physician, Dr. Fellows. May we help you, officer?
No, but I can help you into a cell.
I'm afraid I must place Madame Dupre under arrest.
What? On what charge?
Several, actually. Manslaughter, domestic violence, murder in the second degree. Shall I go on, or can we continue this at the police station?
You won't have to worry about Madame Dupre anymore. She'll be in jail for a very long time. And Mr. Martin has been released with a full pardon as well.
Thank you, Mr. Fordham. I appreciate your help and your trust.
Think nothing of it, but you'll need to leave town as soon as you can. Have you made plans?
I was thinking of heading south. New Britannia is too cold and dark. I want to find someplace more like my home.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, Mr. Dumas.
And don't try to kill people again. You're not very good at it.
Addie, I'm home. Addie?
She must still be out at her hairdressing appointment. I'm glad we're alone because I wanted to talk to you about something.
Yes, Bill, I know. I told you I'm doing my best to try and find the flower shop burglar.
No, for once, this isn't about him. This is about you.
You want to talk about me? What about me?
You can play dumb and deflect all you like with everyone else around you, but it won't work with me.
It's worth a shot,
exactly
Bill.
What you're thinking, and you know exactly what I'm going to say.
You want to talk about how we did on this case?
Yes, that's exactly right. Have you already forgotten the old days, Miles? Before I died, we were solving cases like nobody's business. You were one of the best detectives on the force. But ever since you started taking that soporific, your mind hasn't been as sharp as before.
But I need the drugs,
If you're serious
Bill.
about taking on more complex cases, you need to listen to Adelaide and stop taking it. It's already had a negative effect on your performance.
What are you talking about? We were able to discover the truth about Madame Dupre.
Yes, but if you were working at your full abilities, you'd have come to that conclusion much sooner.
If I stop taking it, you won't let me sleep through the night. Nothing will change.
Well,
I think it
change
placed the
if you
year
found
as
you that
1844,
I thought you
iceberg,
said we weren't going to talk about that right now.
from a
Yeah,
note that we
well,
found.
I say a lot of things.
An understatement if ever there was one. Can't
But
you
it's
just
supposed to
keep
be
quiet
in the
about me
1800s with
having
an
to take
alternate
something?
history
Afraid not,
steampunk
old
kind of
friend.
thing.
That's just not who I am or how this works.
If you keep me up all night, I'll go crazy. Things have been hard enough as it is. And if, God forbid, Adelaide were ever to find out about...
Hello, Miles. Is there someone else here? I thought I heard you talking just now.
Fantastic. The jig is up. And here I thought we were doing so well, too.
I was just talking to myself. I'm not crazy. I'm not. Let's see. This seems to be the best one.
No, I was just going over the case. Thinking aloud, you see.
Ah, of course.
Smooth, Miles.
Mrs. Lefebvre was her usual bossy and overly picky self, but she gave me a very generous tip.
That's good.
So I stopped by the shop on the way home and bought a new deck of cards.
Excellent. Shall we have a few rounds of écarté? I believe you demanded a rematch last time we played.
Yes, that would be nice.
Well, you certainly managed to dodge that bullet. I only wonder how much longer you'll manage before one finally hits you.
I'm pretty sure this is more the LucasArts persuasion that we can't die. So that wraps up the first case. We're going to go for a little bit longer just to do the intro to the second case. And then I think next Wednesday we'll jump into
And
the
it says here they still don't know what caused
case
that
2.
explosion.
I guarantee you it was sabotage. Those Redites have been causing a lot of trouble lately.
Is that
I
the group
know,
of
the good old
anti-steam tech
days.
radicals?
The very same.
Why Redites, though?
They're named after some fellow named Jonathan Red. Apparently the one who began the whole anti-steam movement. It's really a rather stupid name, if you ask me. And uncreative, to boot.
Well, what would you call them then?
Alright, let's see. The Boom Boom Boys. The League for the Preservation of Blowing Things Up. Anti-Steam League. I'm going with Boom Boom Boys.
Something more evocative, like the Boom Boom Boys.
Definitely gets to the point, I'll give you that.
It'd be a real
Perhaps
blast.
you'd best stick with the detecting, dearest. Your nomenclature needs a bit of work.
Hey, I got the alliteration
Well, I
going
think it's
for
about
that.
time I get ready for bed.
All right, Miles.
I also like it as the voice acting is actually pretty nice for it. Sometimes when you just get the
This time of night.
Good question. But Adelaide can handle it for now.
yeah,
I need to take my
it's,
medicine.
you think you're called the
certainly
Better
have your
Business Bureau, and it's
priorities
just
in
the
order.
Boom Boom
Go on,
Boys.
then. Get that bottle of rat piss out of your nightstand and let's get this over with.
Yeah, I have to take the soporific even if I didn't want to.
Ugh, tastes like the devil's sweat.
You could just stop taking it, you know.
Bill, now is not the time to...
Miles, could you come back out here, please?
Be right there, dearest.
If only I had not taken it.
Who was that at the door?
A late-night courier. You've got a message from Upton.
Fordham, this case makes the last one look simple. Meet me at Ruin ASAP. It's urgent. Upton.
Seems this case is rather urgent. She wants me to meet her as soon
If
as
I
possible.
hadn't just taken the
Didn't you
soporific.
just take your soporific? Are you going to be all right to go?
It won't kick in for another hour or so. Should be plenty of time.
All right, I'm going to bed then. Good luck, dear.
Good night, Addie.
Yeah, you just got to have it to where you mix up the acronyms and all that.
Hello, Upton.
I'm glad you came, Fordham. Sorry for disturbing you this late.
Okay, let's see.
Shouldn't a respectable young lady like you be in bed by now?
Only if you want to add boring to your list of adjectives.
So, what do you got for me?
An infant kidnapping in Lyon. The report came in tonight just before my shift ended. The family wants to keep the investigation very low-key. They're afraid if word gets out, they'll have all sorts of ne'er-do-wells making false ransom claims. That's why I suggested they let you investigate first. Head over to 45 Belcourt Street. That's the home of Malcolm and Miriam Harris, the parents of the kidnapped boy.
Yeah, drugs are bad.
Harris? As in Harris Construction Company?
The very same. Owned by Malcolm's father, no less. Now you see why they wanted to keep this out of the public eye.
Indeed.
I think I
They managed to
started
get a
this
new
case and I
transatlantic
never got
airship
very
off the
far in
ground.
it.
It'll be an hour.
But there's a lot
I can see
of
why they'd make
places
an
where
easy
you can
target.
actually screw this one up.
Okay, I'm on it. I'll try and find him as soon as I possibly can.
Right. Good luck on your investigation. Come see me again once you figured things out. Or if you just need to talk. I'll be here all day tomorrow as well. So feel free to stop by.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to solve this one before the soporific kicks in. I remember it does kick in once we start the going over there. You know, the important thing is always worry the parents by coming in all
Mr.
drugged up.
Miles Fordham is here to see you, sir.
Very good, Mr. Havelock. Send him up.
Yes, sir.
Shall I send up the drugs as well, sir? Why, yes, I would like that.
Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Fordham. I'm Malcolm Harris.
I'm terribly sorry to hear about what's happened, Mr. Harris.
Thank you, Mr. Fordham. You were very highly recommended by Miss Upton. She said you'd be able to solve this faster and more discreetly than the police. I admit it's a rather unorthodox approach, but we're desperate.
I understand. I'll do all I can to find the kidnapper and bring your son back unharmed.
If you'd like to examine the nursery, it's just through that door to the left. I'll ask you to please try and keep quiet as I just sent my wife to bed. Her nerves
That's
are
right, the
shot.
only thing we can
Yes, of course.
examine is the nursery.
The Harris family certainly has a nice view from which to look down upon the world. I wonder if they use the balcony to give speeches to the gardeners.
Hey, that actually would be a good idea.
I wouldn't get too close, Miles. That vase is probably worth more than your entire building. It's nice to see that tea is still served here, even in times of tragedy.
I have some questions for you, Mr. Harris.
No doubt you do, but I'm really not in the mood to talk right now. It's been a difficult evening, and I'm not certain I have it in me to answer your questions at the moment.
That's right, you have to
Fair
come
enough.
back the next day.
But I will need to ask you about the incident at some point.
Yes, that's fine. Just not now.
So the only thing we can do is examine the nursery, at which point I think the soporific kicks in.
Look at that. The kid has a toy chest. My sister and I used to have to keep our toys buried in the backyard. Of course, that is because the only toys we had were dead rats.
Bill had a hardcore upbringing.
Steam-powered bottle warmer. Certainly beats having to do it in the fireplace. Or in the case of my parents, over a barrel fire. That's odd. Why is there a loose button in the crib? Now, I'm no expert on children, but it seems like it would be dangerous to have around an infant.
Buttons aren't choking hazards, everyone knows
Only the
that.
flower shop burglar was as easy to find as this clue was.
What, Bill, do you want like a lone petal, just a lily petal just put over in the
The
crib?
kidnapper left the child's blanket behind. There doesn't appear to be any trace of the silver spoon, though. Nice mobile. Custom made, too. There'll be no mistaking what family this child comes from.
It's at least got some nice cool airships.
Oh dear.
Ah, wonderful. The soporific has started working. Well done, Fordham. Now how are you supposed to... What's the word I'm looking for? Instigate? Interrogate? I just had it on the tip of my tongue.
Perhaps it's time to call it a night.
Just fall asleep in the crib, man.
I am fading. That's interesting. But sleep is more interesting. No talking now. You know it's all wrong.
Well, Mr. Harris, I believe I've done all
I like to
can
think
for
that
right
he's
now.
talking like that specifically.
Did you find anything? Yes, I believe I have some leads I can pursue. But the most important thing to do in cases like this is
Yeah.
wait to hear
Just
from
fall
the
out the window. You can join
I'll
Bill.
be back tomorrow morning. To
Just think of it.
continue
You
my
could be ghost
investigation and
buddies.
ask you and your wife
Ghost
some
cops.
Questions. Once you've had time to calm down a bit. In the meantime, I suggest you stay here and get some sleep. Well, I'll need it.
Three days later.
Miles, wake up. It's nearly noon.
Ah, so it is.
Why didn't you come to bed when you got home last night?
It was late. I didn't want to disturb you.
So what was so urgent about the case Upton sent you?
I'm trying to track a kidnapped child.
Oh my goodness. That's awful.
Yes, the pressure's on.
Yeah,
But I
just
think
like
I should be
Phantom
able to
Fellas.
crack it.
Oh, I'm surprised you
Assume
remember that
actually
one.
managed to get anything done at the Harris Manor today.
Well, let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Also, we've got company. Mrs. Delacroix is having her hair done here today, so please make yourself presentable.
You mean I'm not all ready?
At least do something about your hair. I do have a reputation to maintain after all.
I'd be like, who is this
What's wrong with
scruffy?
my hair? Do you really want me to answer that? We'll be here all day.
Don't talk, Bill. Don't sass me. I know, I'm actually surprised that we didn't wake up in like a gutter or something.
Hello there. I don't believe we've met.
Mrs. Delacroix, this is my husband, Miles. Miles, this is Mrs. Delacroix.
Pleasure to meet you, madam.
Likewise, young man. Pleasure.
Is everything all right, Mrs. Delacroix?
Oh, yes, everything's fine. It's just that... Well, you weren't what I was expecting, is all.
Keep your head, Miles. She may be a closed-minded idiot, but she's just an old lady.
What were you expecting exactly?
Well...
Now then, Mrs. Delacroix,
Huh.
what was it that you were telling me about
Nice
Mr.
save.
Delacroix and his dog?
I need to high five
Yes.
Addie
so,
on the way out.
Harold came in and said...
Impressive. She got off pretty
You're
easy.
right.
I was expecting a repeat of the Parsons incident.
Oh, you played the demo
You
as
should give Adelaide
well.
a kiss on the way out, though, just to make the old bat feel extra uncomfortable.
Oh, we can take a look at the paper. Yeah, Dupre scandal shocks Gascon society. So whichever person we had accused, this would change things around. I think if we accused Guy or Juliet, it had a similar outcome for it. And if we accused Albert Martin... If we declared the case unsolvable, then it's just as if we accused Albert Martin. But, yeah, public opinion has quickly turned against Dupre, with many claiming that she got what she deserved. A signed confession was given by a Guy Dumas, but police have been unable to locate him. Oh, kiss Adelaide goodbye. Yes.
Goodbye, dearest.
I look forward to your return, my love.
Too bad there wasn't a high five option. I totally would have gone with that. Okay, so we need to actually get back to there to do the exploration.
Remind me, Miles, how is finding some rich people's kidnapped baby going to help us track down the flower shop burglar?
I'm not interested in the burglar right now. I want to help these people and get their child back. Or at the very least, help them find out what happened to him.
Right. Well, you'll need your full wits about you if you plan on doing that.
It is quite nice to see that they are happily married, even if they're going through difficulty with Bill's death.
I do have my full wits about me. I'm perfectly capable of doing this.
Yes, and I'm perfectly capable of being alive. I just choose to be this way because it saves on the laundry expenses.
I mean, it saves on rent as well, Bill.
Stop taking the soporific, Miles. Adelaide has been trying to get you to stop for months, and Upton already suspects something is amiss. Not to mention your little episode last night. Trust me, no one is going to want to hire the duller detective.
Hey, that's some good alliteration,
Did you
Bill.
come up with that one all by yourself?
What are you going to do when the cases stop coming in? How long before you get put away in Riverview?
If I do get locked away, it'll be your fault.
Which is exactly why you need to get back to your normal routine so you can find the burglar.
Oh.
All right, fine. I'll stop. But if you keep me awake at night, so help me.
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll find a way to cope. You were always good at that. Well, I'm glad that's settled then. I knew you'd see things my way eventually.
Bill knows how to
It's
wear
not as though
people
you gave me
down.
much of a choice.
In time, you'll thank me. Probably not before the withdrawal hits, though.
Don't make me change my mind on this, Bill.
There's always the withdrawal to deal with.
Mr. Fordham, you're back. Allow me to introduce my wife, Miriam.
Hello.
A pleasure, Mrs. Harris. I wish we could have met under better circumstances, but I assure you I'm doing all I can to find your son.
The door detective. They don't
Mr.
want to get in
Harris,
Mortal
has there been any
Kombat. Oh
communication
no.
from the kidnapper?
None at all.
Well, I'll have another look around if you don't mind.
Okay, this actually might be a good place to stop because this is where Case 2 begins. And I kind of want to have a fresh beginning for next time. Jeez, let's click delete. Although I don't think that would have deleted any of my other saves. But hey, we got through the prologue, we got through Case 1, so we are ready. This is where I don't remember things. I only did a little bit of Case 2, and then from there, I don't know what I'm doing. So, apologies whenever next week I continue if I stumble around on this one. But I like the atmosphere for this one. I think the voice acting's really nice. The pixel art, as I said, reminds me of the first Gabriel Knight game, which I might play at some point, I don't know. I kind of like showing off some of the older games, as there's a certain... It's kind of nice to see how games have changed over the years with that. Yeah, but nonetheless, thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll do more Pantheon 5 challenges on Saturday. Sunday morning, I'll be doing some crap game multiplayer. And then, I'm not sure what I'm doing for Sunday evening, but I think I might be doing something else Hollow Knight related. I'll know for sure in the next day or two. Reminds you of Ben Jordan? Oh, I'm not really sure about that. I really enjoy the point-and-click adventure games, Kizuki. I know they're not as interesting for a lot of folks, but there's definitely a lot of charm to these ones. Even if I'm very bad at the various puzzles. But nonetheless, you guys have a wonderful night, and see you next time.